All right. That's right. Tonight we're doing Let's Racing Time, brought to you live from my house. And whose house is it? Well, it is Kefka Floyd's house, because I am host tonight. I haven't done hosting in a while, actually. I can't remember the last time I did it, and we're doing it with a new game tonight because I am in no way capable of racing, this game. So I decided to just sit back and give witty commentary and everything else while I'm here. As you know, when we're coming to Let's Racing Time, it's also Let's Drinking Time. Tonight I am drinking Polar Cranberry Lime Seltzer. That's right, Worcester's own Polar Seltzer. It makes you feel good. I don't get paid, I just like it that much. So in our stream layout tonight, we're starting at the 12 o'clock position, and the person in that 12 o'clock position is none other than Mr. McLean himself. Take it away, McLean.
Greetings, folks. Hope everyone's having a pleasant evening. I handed over stream duties to Dan tonight, trying to get some more people in the rotation so we can have streams on nights other than when I am available. So Dan was nice enough to join us this evening. I'm actually just having a delicious mint green tea this evening. I'm staying off the sauce, giving my liver a break. I know.
Boo.
It's important to take breaks. About 8 hours when you're sleeping.
Yes, exactly.
Nice.
And next to McLean in the 1 o'clock position, we'll call it, is Mr. Not a Buttface.
Hello! Tonight, for Let's Drinking Time, they did not have the regular Rockstar energy drink that I have, which is the sour green apple, so I'm having something called Hardcore Apple.
Ooh.
And it is not as good.
Live instant.
Not as good. That is a disappointment.
Please sponsor us anyways. Right.
Yes,
Yeah, give
I
me
am
all
open
the,
for
give me all the
sponsorships.
Rockstars.
All right, and underneath Not a Buttface, in what I'll call the 5 o'clock position, is Mr. Treble. Treble, take it away.
How y'all doing tonight? I just have a soda to drink, just a regular Coca-Cola, because
See,
I'm
I would
not
expect
as-
McLean to have the Coca-Cola.
Georgia
Not this
and
late
all.
in the evening,
Really?
please.
Well, normally I drink Dr. Pepper because
Ah.
I am a good Texan.
As you should.
And but the
Apparently
I
there's a
buy-
Dr. Pepper shortage going on right now. At least that's what I've been reading in the news.
really,
Yes.
huh?
I don't know if it's a
Interesting.
regional shortage or what, but I was seeing things about that on the news recently.
It's interesting. I know
Better-
people that will literally panic if I tell them and go out and buy all the Dr. Pepper.
Remember, Texas and Dr. Pepper, gotcha.
Just go to the store and get like 48 rolls of toilet paper and 17 cases of Dr. Pepper. And you'll
Exactly.
be fine.
And next
You
to
can get through
Treble,
anything.
in the 6 o'clock position, is a fellow you just heard. It's Mr. Rosnier the Orc. Raz, take it away.
Hi, sorry, I won't shut up. I'm Razanier. What am I drinking tonight? Somebody was saying there would be a mythological creature on my beer, and they're right. It's either a Yeti or Bigfoot. It is Epitaph Russian Imperial Stout by Heathen Brewery in Vancouver, Washington.
Ooh, I
Ooh.
love an Imperial Stout. I love a Russian Imperial Stout. Ooh.
Is that mythological or cryptological?
Cryptozoological. Cryptozoological.
Why not? All right, and last but certainly not least, in the, we'll call it the 8 o'clock position, is our southern friend, Mr. Bob the Elder. Bob, take it away.
Thank you, my friend Dan. As you said, I am your southern friend, Bob the Elder, the one with the charming accent. I will definitely finish last, so my position here is apropos, but I am just here purely for comic relief, so bear with it. Tonight, I am drinking something special, though. I have a new addition to my cabinet. This is an Old Forester Rye. I am told for $20, it is criminal if you do not have this in your whiskey cabinet, so let's try it.
All right. Gentlemen, we are all here to race Super Mario World. The rules are easy.
God, that is phenomenal.
Sorry, Bob, I didn't mean to interrupt. He was
That is-
also doing a live tasting.
He savored
you're
that
okay.
so long that Kefka moved on.
Oh,
least
I had
one
to
of us
savor
has a
it,
new
man.
drink
That's
that's
100.
decent.
This is 100 proof. You savor it.
Oh
Yeah.
my. Bob's
Yeah.
feeling a little frisky tonight. So, as I so rudely interrupted Bob, and I apologize for that, but gentlemen, the rules tonight are simple. He who kills the king of the Koopas first wins. This is not 100%, this is any percent. So get to Bowser as fast as you can.
Nope. It's a no.
This is
Star
not any
Road.
percent.
Ah, okay. Excuse me. This is a no Star Road percent, which means no shortcuts.
Some shortcuts.
Some,
just
well,
not
some short,
certain
no
ones.
Star Road shortcuts, basically.
No celestial shortcut.
Warpless.
I'm already
sure, why
not very confident about my route. Please don't make me like, oh shit, am I doing something wrong?
Very well. So, let me rephrase that. He who kills Bowser first without going through a Star Road is the winner. So, we're basically ready to go. So, I'm going to, assuming everybody's ready, you know, we're all sitting here on Yoshi's house, ready to go. I'll count us down to 3, 2, 1, go. And when I say go, you are off to the races like a Saratoga thoroughbred. All right. So, I'm going to count it down in 3, 2, 1, go. And they're off. Here we are at Saratoga following all these racers. They're not actually horses, but they're video game racers, and we're here tonight. Oh, hopefully people don't have money on this, because if they do, they're going to lose hard.
I'm wondering.
Hey, what are you
how
saying about us?
Long Dan can keep this up.
I cannot keep
Dan,
it up.
are you trying for a perfecta, Dan?
Nah. Well, you know, I wonder what it would be interesting what the odds are on any of this, but I know one thing that
My
is
entire
guaranteed is
goal
that I
is
will
to
DNF.
not DNF.
Oh,
I
there's
am
no
DNFing.
question I'm going to DNF. I'm just waiting on DNF.jpg.
No, you'll be fine.
I figure that this game on a bad day could take you about an hour and a half.
Oh,
I think you'll be
okay.
able to finish her.
oh, I can beat it. I just haven't played it in years, so I've
Oh.
never tried to do it fast.
My timer crashed. Well, no timer.
I didn't
Well, we
hit the
all have
timer button.
timers.
That's not on you, that's on me.
Oh, my personal timer didn't go either.
That's fine.
I'm
Whatever.
not trying to beat it fast. I'm trying to beat it in a timely
You all
manner
get spotted
and
a couple
be able
seconds.
to consistently beat it. So that means I'm getting switch palaces and crap, which I really probably shouldn't be if I was trying to be speedy. But I need them.
That might be the
to-
safe option.
It is. It's 100% safe. I'm also grinding out extra lives. I'm doing all the stuff that I don't need to win, but absolutely need to not DNF.
I mean, that's fair.
Well.
Safety strat.
Slow and steady, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I do not begrudge. I mean, I would be doing the same. I never play this game without getting, you know, like switch palaces and stuff.
Yeah, I've never tried it before. This will be a first.
I've never tried it until like Tuesday this week.
Well, you got
My
one
life
day
split.
ahead of me.
My life split totally crashed, so I'm really glad I'm not hosting.
Yep, that would have been bad.
I mean, I just would make you
We
guys
would have.
start
I would
over.
have made you all stop and do it over.
Yeah.
But so I just have a 0 on my personal stream. Who cares?
I can
No
tell you
one's
that
looking
I
at it.
no longer have a Yoshi.
Yeah, my Yoshi went away in a hurry. I messed that up.
I barely just got my Yoshi because I'm a whole level behind you guys.
Oh my. Well, I mean, you
Good.
did do your switch palace.
I did.
You're gonna have
And
a
I
lot
need
more
it.
mushrooms than
That
me
means
in
you're
this game.
technically ahead of us because you've done more levels. Or if you're remotely in the same levels we are, you're actually ahead.
Also, I'm
Depending on how you
hoping
wanna
that
look for it.
my Canadian internet beams everything down to Dan in a timely fashion this night.
Don't worry,
No.
Dan has symmetrical gigabit internet.
You just said a bunch of words and they all sounded very fancy.
Oh, no.
and
It means my
expensive.
internet is extremely
Ooh, got
fast.
it.
I've heard about Dan's internet.
Fiber
I would
optics,
literally
baby.
I would stab a dude for your
But
internet.
I was gonna say most people would because most of us don't have the option that Dan's got. So
How did that kill me? I
I'm
have
not
literally no idea how
particularly
that-
worried about Dan's internet. I'm more worried about my potato computer and
Right.
Dan and my internet.
I forget you're playing on Sputnik.
Yeah.
I learned
You recovered the satellite and just rigged it up to.
Now,
work
see,
on
I
a
just saw
modern
Trouble
system.
pull a move here. He threw up that P-switch and caught it and clinged onto the wall. I didn't think you could do that. Or maybe
It's
I haven't
absolutely
played this game in
pointless.
so long.
I did it by accident when I was playing just about 30 minutes ago, and I was like, I didn't know you could do
I
that.
did
I'm
not
like,
know you could do that. I've learned something today. Although I don't,
That's
to be
Kaizo
fair,
tech.
Pull
don't-
out the speedrunner tactics here.
to be fair, I
You would've
don't
known
think
Dribble was a
there's
ringer.
a place in the game that requires that
Oh,
tactic.
Jesus.
I don't. There's literally 2 stages, I think, with those. Like just 2 stages with the with.
With the P-switches and the climbable walls.
Yeah, the climbable walls. I hate this boss.
The first castle and the second castle have it, I'm pretty sure. Or maybe it's the third castle.
Okay. I hate that.
I also can't differentiate between castles and fortresses. It's a strange color blindness thing I have going on.
All the castles have numbers.
Signposts out front. But my naming convention, I will not get that straight in my head.
Oh, we've got like almost 4 simultaneous deaths of Iggy Koopa.
Yeah, actually beat the castle without dying. That's not something I expected to happen.
Iggy Koopa and whatever that the other one that is the same boss battle, just harder.
Lemmy?
Is. Yeah,
I'm pretty
like,
sure
they're
Lemmy is
my-
that, but harder.
I hate both.
Iggy
like,
Pop
this-
Koopa,
I
Lemmy
hate
Killmaster
those-
Koopa.
See, for me, it's Wendy. Wendy's the one that's the worst.
Always.
You
the
just
worst.
jump
She's the
on
worst
her.
in
That's not
every-
hard.
The Ice of Spines.
But Wendy, the hard part for me is like just being able to figure out which one she is in time to get on her without falling into the potobos.
That's fair.
And this is the game where I actually know that they're potobos and not atomic waffles.
Well, no, they're different things.
Aw. No
Also,
cake for
Treble,
me.
I saw you
Oh, I got
die
it.
there.
Yes,
you
I
can't
pulled
escape
this-
my gaze.
Can I respawn him?
I pulled the
fine.
swank Kate move. in
Oh, I
vanilla one.
lost my Yoshi.
No, I
Yoshi's a
can't
hindrance in that level.
can't
I
respawn
know. I was
Kate,
trying to
though.
keep him as long as I could, but
Damn it! Second Kate guy got me.
oh shoot.
I think I learned something on one of my practice
No,
runs is that
crap.
you can't take Yoshi into an underground cave level.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
You can't
Can
take
you
him into
really-
a castle.
You
No,
can't
can you
take-
not? Because I'm pretty sure you can't take him into that auto scroll in the next
You can.
world. In World 2, can you?
Yep, you can.
You
You might
can't
have
take
just
him
died
into
off.
You
ghost
might not
houses.
want to. But...
I was not going to do this auto scroller. I was going to do the underwater level, but I accidentally flew into the goalpost.
Good job.
Well,
So I am doing the
Ah.
auto scroller.
I'm gonna give you some really encouraging news. Then I'm gonna do that auto scroller twice.
Oh come on.
If you
I
if
had
you,
trouble doing this before.
if you did one switch palace, just like one switch palace, the green one is the one to do.
It
I need
takes so
green
long.
and yellow.
It does take a long time, yes.
doing an awful lot of work to keep Yoshi when I probably should have just let him go in that level.
I don't know if I strictly need yellow, but yellow is easy enough to get and not really out of the way.
There's some parts in some of the later levels where it seems like the only power up, like in the second half, is a yellow block. Whoops.
Yeah.
I got ghosted.
Scrollers. Auto scrollers, yeah.
All right, we've got auto scrollers, we've got underwater, we've got a ghost house. Talk about diverging
Oh, I'm dead.
paths.
We have got it all.
Oh, there's my first death. I forgot that you got to jump up on top of that thing.
That's actually pretty good because I died in the first fortress like a schmuck.
Like a schmuck.
Like the chump
Yeah,
that
I
you
almost
are.
caught up to you there.
You're in the first fortress? Oh,
No,
or the first castle.
I died in the first castle a
Right.
long time ago.
I forget which ones of these you have to wait out and which ones you have to get on top of. So
I am going to get the top secret area, I think.
It's really handy. Just grab, 10 lives right there rather than having to worry about goal tapes and everything
God
else.
damn it.
Oh, I don't. I'm not going to get a game over.
I don't think I remember how to get it. So
I will quote you on that in 40 minutes.
I mean, I could figure out pretty quickly how to get it again, but I think I'd lose more
I
time trying to do
missed-
that.
I missed my on switch, y'all.
Clean is
Can't miss
ahead,
that switch.
it looks like. Sounds like.
Would you say that you
missed
were
my-
a little off there, McLean?
Whoops.
Well, he is now that he's.
That was a swank move.
Oh God, how
Hey,
do doors
yeah,
work?
good jump.
Are you schmooving it?
I missed both of my switches.
Well,
moving
well,
like a
I have
schmuck.
I have done a terrible thing. That was sketch green switch.
Yes.
I should not have pulled that out, but I did.
If I only had a Yoshi.
Oh, if I only had a Yoshi.
Yep, so not getting the...
All right, let's see.
Wait, does that lead to a
Two people
switch?
got
Or is the next
26
switch?
at the exact same time. That was
Really?
great.
Ooh, good job,
They
Bob.
lined up.
Not
I don't
just at
remember
the
if the-
exact same time, but synced up with internet lag.
Yes.
Right. It's,
I think
it
the
takes some
cape
skill.
is probably the most powerful flight power up in
Oh, yeah.
any of the Mario
Mario?
games.
Cape is
Oh, yeah.
absolutely overpowered.
See, I'm gonna say, I think Cape is the one power up I like the least in all of Mario.
Okay,
There's not a
expound.
lot of
Really?
interesting interactions you can do with it.
I mean, the spin is cool. It's just the fact that you could fly forever.
But the spin is just the tail.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, but like you can't just like spin.
I pulled a McLean.
I'm
You
sorry,
did.
what?
I watched you.
I missed the on block.
Which
Oh.
bush are you burning?
I was gonna say that seems inappropriate for this game.
He's missing the on block more than once.
Don't miss the next
Why
block.
not?
That makes it real
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I don't remember.
I'm okay.
I can't hear
What?
my
On block are you missing?
crap.
I don't know what the level
Uh,
this is. 2-3.
Donut. Yeah, Donut 3, I think is what it's called.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Goombas.
Oh, that's it.
Oh, you don't just fly over that level?
No, that's the one with all the fuzzy things and the pipes, paths and the things.
The pipe and
So-
the path and the things and
The
the stuff.
pipes and the path and the things. Oh my!
I'm having
I got-
I'm having a bit trouble with. I'm gonna turn my sound up because I can't hear the little sound cue for the cape. and I keep dropping my cape.
Oh, that's probably what I was doing because I can't hear because of the way I'm set up, like at all. I have no Game Boy audio.
That's strange. I couldn't play without having audio.
I'm just used to it from hosting these things.
The underrated flying power up, in my opinion, is the Mario Land
God.
2 bunny ears that you get
hate
from either a carrot or a strawberry, and I still can't understand which is which.
Raz
was-
got robbed.
That was terrible, and it was all my fault.
I think I remember how to get the secret, so I'm gonna give it one shot, and then I'm gonna quit and go home with the game.
And we got some fortress action here. McLean and Trouble both at it.
Ow. Closer than
They're
I thought
like
it was.
synced. It's actually kind of nice to watch.
I hate this fortress. So
Crap.
I realized that this game has a lot of things that are not auto scrollers, but are effectively auto scrollers.
Yeah, they
Like
make
this
you wait.
fortress.
I made a Mario Maker 2 level called Not an Auto Scroller, and it was just full of moving blocks and rising lava
Oh.
and a whole bunch of nonsense. Because and it was Mario World inspired, obviously.
Ah,
Yeah, like
Because
you
this
think,
game
oh,
is
we're
terrible like that.
not playing Mario 3. We don't have all the auto scrollers. Well, you kinda do.
Ah, crap.
All right, let's see if I can do this without getting hit, since I lost my power up.
All
I'm
right.
gonna one more shot because I think that's all I had to
Well,
do. Was go back there.
I did that. That was all my own doing.
Do you guys skip the beginning of Fortress 2? Or Castle 2?
Skip
I
the
don't-
beginning.
Yeah, skip the beginning.
Oh, you can fly up there, can't you?
Yeah,
I
you
forgot I
totally
could do
can.
that. Well,
I can never get that to work correctly, so I just don't do it. Instead
You
of
gotta
wasting a bunch of
despawn the thwimp.
Ah.
I got thwimped, so
What about Thwamp? Where's Thwamp in all of this?
That's the one behind the cage in Mario Kart 64, right?
I think so.
Yeah. I love that all the thwomps have their own names. There's thwimps, thwomps, thwumps.
There it goes.
Thwamp.
There's
Which ones are
rollers.
thwomps? Which ones are thwomps?
I think those are the rolling ones in Mario 64.
If they had a Y, they'd be Thwimps.
That might be the ones that No, I don't know. I know that
Is
the
that how
ones in Mario
language
64
works?
are tox boxes.
How language works.
Also, watching Raz, can I say that I do not like the designs of Goombas in this game?
They're not Goombas.
They are
They're
kind of
Goom
weird.
brats.
Yeah.
I thought they were
Yeah.
Gloombas.
They're like prehistoric Goombas is what they are, I think.
Oh,
Like,
okay,
they're
so
not
Jesus.
like
Okay. Sorry. Sorry.
all that for a Yoshi you couldn't keep.
I don't care. I'm glad I made it. That level was hell.
Can we also just point out the fact that this has to be the easiest Mario Bros because it has the least threatening Hammer Brothers? Hammer
Hell.
Brothers in this game are a joke.
The amazing Flying Hammer Brothers.
Yep.
I missed my dude for my one.
Because
up. Oh,
every single Hammer Brothers is on a platform that you can hit from underneath, and they never jump off it. That's what makes these Hammer Brothers great, and I love them.
mean,
And I don't want them to be
individual-
hard.
I would say individually they're not as threatening, but like when you take into account the fact that they're almost always in areas that are just absolutely swarming.
I feel like the Chucks throwing
Yeah.
baseballs more than make up for it.
Yeah,
Oh,
those are the most
yeah.
annoying enemy in the game, I think.
I almost got. Did you see that? I almost got 5 level ups off that thing, off one of those
Yeah.
pipe places,
Level ups.
That was very close.
or 1-ups.
Free guys. That's why we say
Why
free
did
guys.
it jump off Yoshi? I don't understand why it's jumping off of him.
So
might
remember
have
when
a
I was
bad
talking
button
about a
config.
big game about skipping the start of this castle?
Yep.
Yep.
You can't do it.
Nope. Shut up, Dan. I can do it.
Are you sure?
What?
Oh, for sure.
I can do it. What?
I mean, I'm watching you. These flimps are clearly taunting you. They're saying you are very much a butt face because you can't get past us.
I think the Thwimp is the butt face. The real
You
butt
mean-
face was the friends we made along
Of
the
course,
way.
you realize if you had just done the castle
Oh,
normally.
you
you'd
know,
be-
now it is 100% a thing of I'm going to do this and show it off. And take a hit and lose the cape, and all right, that's it. There, we're done.
Good night, folks.
That's like trying to style in level 10 in Bionic Commando.
Oh, what have I done?
I've flown over the whole level. That's what I've done.
What was
Morton,
that? What
please.
was
Or
that
almost the whole
nonsense?
level.
What has science
there we go.
done?
Ah.
God. I can't
What
believe
half
you
we
got
were-
all the switches so far, and you're
Yeah.
almost caught up to me, Buttface.
Oh,
Could've
What are you
swore there
talking
was a
about?
way-
What?
You're like right on my butt.
I am not.
Base. Yeah, I just finished that castle.
No, you didn't.
I did.
No, you're better than that.
What?
He
I'm
did
not
just finish
better
that
than that.
castle.
Oh,
No.
I didn't jump.
There's
Okay.
so much more to this castle.
You can trust
This-
me. I wouldn't lie to you.
Much.
I have not been trusting people in Discord here recently that have been lying to me left, right, and center.
I mean,
We only lie when we're on the air.
I'm not lying. He really did.
There are
What the
people
heck?
saying that Legend of Korra is good, and there someone convinced
but
me
that's
to
just
give.
that's just taste, and some people don't have it.
Well, here's the thing.
Someone
Hey.
convinced me to give
Okay,
Persona 5
am I
a
gonna
try.
have to
Okay,
be
now
the
that's
Korra
good. Now-
Defender Squad in here? Because
I think it's
honestly,
indefensible,
I can put on Korra season 3 and just let that roll because that is honestly some of the best work they ever did.
See,
I wanna
and-
see,
And remember when you said that I could trust you because you wouldn't lie to me?
I'm not lying to you. I mean, Henry
I haven't
Rollins is
seen
wonderful.
Korra season 3. I've only watched up to season 2, and then I stopped. So
Well, you should watch season 3 and 4. It's a little bit of a dip, okay? It goes down in season 2 and then it goes up in season 3 and then up again in season 4.
look, it may be a little bit of a dip, but I'm not a little bit of a dip. You hear?
You are kind of a dip.
Oh,
Dip
Not a
I want to
indeed.
see.
I
the
know what
third-
happens in all of Korra, and I can't stand any of it, even 3 or 4. I know some people like it. It's just not my thing. So
I want to see a series about Avatar Kyoshi just killing everybody.
You know,
That
you
I would
can
be
just
for,
buy a.
yes.
You can have that right now if you buy the Kyoshi novels that came out
there's
last year.
There's
Kyoshi
Kyoshi
novels.
novel.
easy installments of $9.99.
No, again, this is I'm not lying to you. The second one just came out. I want to say like a month ago. I
That's
actually
awesome.
bought the first one, and It was my beach reading material when I was up in Maine a couple months ago.
Was it
Right.
was it good?
I mean, it's not bad.
He
It's
hesitated
Kyoshi.
there.
You get what you paid for.
I mean, yes, that
Yeah.
is true. I got what I paid for. I got Kyoshi kicking ass and taking names.
And murder hoboing everybody.
I mean, there is a lot of murder hoboing going on, you know. But the thing
We're
is,
just
like,
gonna-
Kyoshi was kind of a. I mean, here's the thing about Avatar.
She's
All the
hardcore. She's hardcore though. I mean,
she
that's
is
the difference.
hardcore, but also she's kind of a bad Avatar.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean, here's the thing. I think honestly, all avatars are bad avatars. I mean, if you look through the course of the history, none of them.
What the heck is going on here? There we go.
well, they've all had their faults. I mean, Roku screwed up, basically caused everything that happened to happen because he took it easy on Sozin.
Right, but Kyoshi
So-
created like 3 of the things that caused the Fire Nation to do it. You know, it's like, it's a cycle.
It is. Her actions gave them precedent to do the things that
And the avatar
they
that
wanted to
preceded
do
her
later.
was just a complete worthless lump.
and he basically admits that though.
Yeah. They go into that quite a bit in the in that book.
And they go so they do a little bit more with the history side of it.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, I forgot there was lava there.
Don't forget about the lava.
The
The
flo-
first
the floor
rule
is
about lava is that you don't step on the lava.
Oh my god. Really? Did I just? I did. Oh my
You did,
God.
yes, indeed. I'm
He
not even
did.
seeing what you did.
Oh, I did not. Did I not get a? I did this. I didn't get a midway point. I probably flew over it on my way to lava.
I guess.
Some levels don't have midway points, and those are bad levels.
Yeah.
Replaying this game as much as I have over the past month has made me realize I honestly think that Mario Bros. 3 is the better game on the whole.
That's what I've been saying.
I think it is. I think it's just more tight altogether, even when it's occasionally Kaizo.
This game is a lot of fun. I think this game is more fun than Mario 3. Mario 3 has a lot of butt levels in it.
I
But
maintain
it has
this-
a lot more interesting and good levels.
Mario 3 is a stronger platformer. This is a really fun romp. This is a fun game to
Yeah.
pick up and just kind of play halfway casually for, an hour
Yeah.
All right.
once every few years.
Right.
It's a real shame that Nintendo doesn't put out more Mario Brother games at the tail end of life cycles, like with Mario 3, compared to like you get the one on
You got
or you get this on SNES, and then Yoshi's Island, which is just jaw-droppingly
Galaxy 2?
amazing.
Galaxy
Yeah.
2, I think, is a good example. I think we'll get another one for the Switch. I think Odyssey came so early, and the Switch is going to go for so long. I think you're going to see something else.
Like Odyssey 2.
boy.
Yeah.
Butterbridge 1, here we go.
I enjoyed Odyssey for the hours that I played it, and I have had no interest to ever go back and touch it again. Like, I beat it, I'm done with it, I don't think I want to replay it.
It's
I mean, I
very,
enjoyed-
very long, is my understanding.
I can't think of a single other Mario game where that has been the case.
I mean, the thing about Odyssey is that once you know the gameplay cycle, I mean, you kind of know it. But I mean, that's also true of like other Mario games. I don't know. It's like Odyssey for me was the stuff that they tried to do in Sunshine, but succeeded a little better at it in some places. I mean, there were a lot of times in that game when I was like, "Oh yeah, this is cool. I'm really enjoying myself," and so on and so forth. And
I'm a crazy person who likes Sunshine and has gone back to replay it a couple of times.
Some people like it. I mean,
Maybe,
it's
maybe
not
it
a-
just needs to like sit with me for a couple of years and then go back and play Odyssey, you know?
I mean, look, I play a lot of games that I know,
What the F?
have some mediocre parts. Like, I mean, I can go back and play Bionic Commando 2009 at any time and enjoy it despite its stupidities at time.
I mean, you also you do genuinely enjoy Bionic Commando as an IP, though.
I mean, you can put
There's
pretty
nothing
much
wrong
any
with that.
Bionic
I'm
Commando in
just
front
saying-
of me
I'm
and I'll
just
be
saying.
happy.
Yeah, I mean, you just like Bionic Commando. Like I said, absolutely nothing wrong with that.
But I mean, the thing is that there's things about Bionic Commando 2009 that are genuinely enjoyable and fun. And then there's the
Well,
stuff
shit.
in it that makes you scratch your head.
I'm making a lot of really dumb mistakes, y'all.
So, I think the problem with most Mario games post 64s are too long.
I mean,
I would
like,
agree with that.
you're not
yeah.
wrong.
I
Odyssey in
want to
particular.
say that Galaxy is breezy, but it's been so long since I played it because I don't have a way to play it that doesn't include Waggle.
Like,
Yeah.
I mean,
So, my problem with modern Mario is there's too much. I don't like being blocked out of level, and there's too many things to jump through to see the whole games. You know, Mario 1, 2, and 3, short of just not being able to finish the level that's in front of it, you can see the whole game. Mario, everything else in the world, you have to collect all the MacGuffins to see the best levels. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, it's the MacGuffin stuff really bothers me.
I mean, that's just the cycle of, how they define the collectability and things with that.
I'm past the point of being willing to play a collectathon in general, though. That's part of my problem.
I mean, we got that out of our system 25 years ago.
It kind of ended for me with Donkey Kong 64. That was kind of the last one. That...
All right, Trouble is schooling me right now. Is that Ludwig's
Oh
castle?
my god! Damn it!
crap.
Oh, Raz. Oh, no. I saw that.
I can get all
Someone's
those
on
lives
Ludwig
again.
already?
Crap. Yeah, I was at Ludwig, but I
Yeah, he just died.
missed the switch.
I just did
switch.
Fortress.
I hate those stupid... Oh, damn it! I hate those stupid bats.
So
Let's
here's
get
one
all
thing
these
about
lives again.
Odyssey
Hooray.
that I really enjoyed, and it's the fact that Mario, for me, seems to be willing to take more risks than Zelda does. And so, like, I know some people will come say, well, there's nothing really risky about Odyssey, but it's like,
Odyssey is super risky.
Yeah,
Odyssey,
I
I would
Odyssey's
say the dead.
departure
I would say the
form.
dead opposite. Yeah,
Yeah.
Odyssey is.
What I'm
really
saying is
risky.
there are some people who will come to me and say that, it's just, this over again. I'm like, that's not really true. There's a lot of things that they're trying differently in Odyssey. Some of them work, some of them don't. Whereas, like, for example, the music. It's like,
Oh, I want to be clear. I liked Odyssey. I enjoyed it. I thought all the crazy stuff it did was awesome. It's just not one I see myself replaying.
Mhm. And so, like, but when I play Zelda, I'm never going to get something like going into Steam Gardens and hearing that, ultra compressed drum soundtrack. That Zelda's never going to do that for me.
Ah,
I'm a Zelda fanboy, so I can't really talk, but like Breath of the Wild did some really interesting stuff to me. Like the first time I heard that piano sting and then one of those frickin' mechs chased me, I was like, okay, what the hell is going on in my life? Like-
Yeah, those were scary.
And there's something really creepy about the little like it's such a mellow, like minimalistic soundtrack, and then you get those like weird synthesized effects with the
Yeah, but that's
piano.
nothing that hasn't been done in open world games before.
Well, I'm not a big open world game player, so I don't know, something about the way it worked for me in Zelda Breath of the Wild a lot, but I
Damn
never
it.
played like
Double
Skyrim
damn
and
it.
stuff like that,
And see, I played open world obsessively, so like, there's just that's why like there wasn't anything about Breath of the Wild that was new to me. So I'm like,
Breath
I
of the
don't
Wild
really want
might
a
have been
Zelda.
the
I
first
don't really
open
want
world game I played.
Yeah.
I still
No,
have
I
not
was a-
played Breath of the Wild. I really want to, but I don't
Yeah,
want to switch.
I haven't.
I haven't
I'm not
finished
buying a
it.
Switch. Yeah, I'm not
I-
buying a Switch.
I have it, and then I got bored after an hour.
I got
like-
about halfway through it, and then I got distracted by some other game, and then I lent it to my coworker so his kid could play it, and I haven't seen it since.
Yeah, and I can go ahead and tell you that the destructible equipment would get old to me very fast.
It does. That was one
Yeah.
thing that kind of turned me. I mean, I get the logic behind it, but then there's other things that I'm like, okay, but if you're doing this, why are you doing that?
Yeah, I totally get the logic behind why they did it. It's just I'm like I don't know. It's just not something I'm.
We're talking
And
about
that's
risks
why I hate the
earlier.
cape. That right there is exactly why I hate the cape.
Ah, jeez.
I don't know. What did you do?
I don't know. I can't
I'm
agree.
in
I
I'm in
love the
Ludwig's
game.
castle, and I was at the running spike part
Oh,
and I
Let me out
jumped,
of
and
this
then I had to
dungeon.
hold forward so that I didn't run into the ceiling, and then I landed in lava, and it was terrible and bad. Everything was terrible and bad, and I had a bad
Everyone-
time.
Everyone's
Just about
bashing me at this
everything about
game.
ghost houses are terrible and bad. I don't want to be in this ghost house anymore. I don't want a secret exit. I just want the exit.
Which
Oh, yeah.
ghost house are you in?
Whatever the third level is.
Vanilla Dome?
Yeah.
I don't even know what that one looks like. I skip it because I don't like doing ghost house.
Well, I don't go
God.
to the top. I don't go to the top, so
That was close trouble.
I can't beat the top. I can't beat the top part of the top bridge.
Top Bridge is a little
Ah.
sketchy.
Thank
Oh my
goodness.
First
God.
auto scroll level is no fun.
Yeah, I can't do it.
That was, I can tell you that was one of the last levels I beat as a kid. I like that, but that's consequently one of the levels I know the best because I sat there and had to literally grind this freaking level out.
I can't
I'm
believe
starting
I beat the secret world when I was a kid. Like, how
God,
did I
wanna
have the
think
patience
the
for
last
that?
level I ever found was the secret exit on the lower bridge.
Yeah, that's one of the
that's
last
a
ones.
hard one to find.
Oh, Soda Lake's pretty hard to find.
I can believe I beat it as a kid because we didn't have that many games, so the ones we played them over and over and over again.
Also, I'm
I know,
pretty
but
sure I
those
had the
last
Nintendo
levels
Power
in the
Guide.
secret world, those are brutal.
So I actually got to play this every year when I went to my grandmother's because she had a Super Nintendo, and this was like she had this, Contra 3, and Dino City.
I
Your
remember-
grandmother was
And-
hardcore.
Yeah,
Contra 3
really,
was
Contra
way
3 was
too
hard.
hard for me.
Yeah, Contra 3 is
Dino
hard.
City, she never played the game. She just bought whatever was on sale, I'm sure.
Right.
But every year I would clear this 96 exits, and there's some shit that I can't believe that I did. Like, I cannot believe that I found Chocolate Secret 2, where you have to get like a certain amount of time and coins to get there. And
Nintendo Power
time on
helps
that
a
one, no
lot.
coins.
Yeah,
I'm
you
going
only
for
need-
Chocolate Secret 2 in this race.
Fudge.
I lost Yoshi.
Fudge. I'm
The-
playing that crap, y'all.
The only requirement for the Chocolate Secret 2 is you get to that one screen. Ah, crap.
yeah, you need like 250 or something.
Yeah, more than 250. We'll buy Yoshi.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
Yoshi
one of
is
the
not
three
helpful
screens is
underwater.
really
Chocolate
hard
Secret.
comparatively. Oh god, why am I doing that?
Oh, hi, Yoshi.
I need to do Chocolate Secret because the rest of Chocolate is terrible.
It's really bad.
It's
I
bad.
rage quit when I tried
There's
it.
there's that
was
stupid
5
fuzzy
a.m.
level that you need to get the secret exit on, and I can't do that. It's beyond me. I am man enough to admit that level is beyond what my skill capabilities are.
Rip Van Fish, worst enemy in the game. Just like,
Really?
There's some pretty bad enemies in
Cheese
this
McLean,
game.
I freaking.
that was
just-
harrowing.
Yeah,
I
and
just
still
look
fucked
over.
it up. I still fucked it up, and I'm having a real rough run, you guys.
I hate these bonus games. Okay, I got 2. I have 40 lives, y'all. Do I think that's enough?
I think that's plenty. I'm sad
Yeah.
that I didn't get the secrets, didn't get the switches. I'm not grinding lives, and I'm still behind people because I'm just playing slowly and badly.
Oh, I'm like
You're
in
ahead
fourth
of
or
me and
something.
Bob. You don't need to worry.
I was gonna say you're way ahead of me because I'm just trying to even beat the levels. So
All right.
But I'm
I have-
catching
I
up.
didn't go
McLean.
high enough, and I don't like this.
McLean, you're
McLean,
behind
I'm catching up.
McLean.
Yeah, but Trouble is. I mean, there's 2 people in Buttface and Trouble are both ahead of me.
Wait,
Oh,
I'm
man.
ahead of you?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm still
What the
in
hell?
4.
You're doing
No,
well.
this is Stream. No, Streamlag doesn't work that way. What the hell?
No, Streamlab motion. I told you, I'm just running slow for some reason.
I was joking with girlfriend Buttface earlier that like it's a race between McLean and second, and then just whoever comes in third. I'm hoping for that.
No, apparently not. Just because I can beat the game without getting the switch palaces doesn't mean I'm running. I'm dying left and right.
You know,
Because
Buttface,
you were talking it up. You were talking it up with like the 33 exit thing, and I was like, oh, if you're not getting all the exits and you're beating levels, I'm worried.
Buttface, I think we're actually going to dub her not a girl face, so that we can call
Not a
her
girl
girl
face.
face because you're Buttface.
Not a girl face, is shortened to girl face. All right,
Yes.
we can keep that.
Yeah, that tracks.
Okay. You still there?
I don't know if
McLean?
you heard the what in the background, but there was a what.
Hi, girl face.
Oh, I got almost got a perfect. It was
No.
the center was a.
Oh, you
think
That's
we
a
lost
moral
one.
perfect there, Bob. I mean, we'll grant you that one.
I mean, more. That's a moral victory, right?
Yeah.
Getting that.
So I don't normally have a Yoshi in this level, and I have to go and get that key to have my swim speed up. So these Rip Van Fish are going to be real jackasses to me.
Fucking
And also,
bullet
welcome to
bills.
Slowdown.
Did we lose McLean?
I think we did. Yes.
Oh, how do
Oh,
I fix McLean?
I
mean,
think he's gone. I
Oh.
think he's gone.
Like he's apparently not in chat, so I don't think
His
there is
power
any-
might have gone out or something.
Oh yeah, he is. No, he's still here. I mean, he's not saying anything.
I mean, you stay in Discord for a while. Is it?
Yeah, it doesn't just immediately. drop
Hopefully
you
he
out.
will. I mean, hopefully he didn't lose electricity because that would suck.
Yep.
I didn't realize
if
they
we're
had.
gonna-
I don't
we're
think
gonna
he has.
do a
I don't
pause,
think
y'all
he
wear
has
it
Treble's
now.
power grid. So
Now I have to be really mindful about which of these secret exits is the one that gets me out of Forest of Illusion.
I don't
can tell
remember
you.
which one it is.
Oh, I know which the secret exit is. I just don't remember. Sorry, which pipe for the secret exit that gets me out of here.
Oh, hey, you there?
Hey, you're back.
yeah,
Yeah. Oh, okay.
We lost you.
Yeah, I was dead in the water. I lost all internet for a minute there.
Oh, here's an Adobe ad on McLean's stream.
Enjoy. Watch all my
Okay,
ads. Give me
can
all the
I
money.
please rant about something for a minute?
You
know
go
you're
ahead
the
because
host,
I've also
so
got
it-
one lined up
yeah.
about Adobe.
You're the host, so it's your prerogative, Dan.
I really hate the current state of splash screens for Adobe Creative Suite products and also their iconography and things like that. You see, gentlemen, I come from an era when we launched Illustrator, we got Botticelli's Venus. When we launched Photoshop, we got the filter in the eye, you know, and
I remember that.
they threw away more than a decade of branding for this generic crap when Creative Suite first came around. And I mean, they at least made an attempt. Like InDesign at least got to keep the butterfly, you know. But Photoshop changed to the feather, and Illustrator changed to something I can't remember. I still have all my old books from each version of stuff that I bought back in the day, and it just ever since they bought Macromedia, they just lost the soul of of their stuff. I mean, Warnock is still involved, but he's just collecting stock these days, and
I hear you, man. Interface design and just like the nice images they had beforehand, it's not the same. It really isn't. You can feel a loss of something.
and that
It
now
feels soulless.
and they've done their GUIs in such a way that it's neither fish nor fowl. It doesn't feel Windows. It doesn't feel Macintosh. They're trying to make it Adobe interface, and the reality is that it's just not as good.
I don't remember this ghost house at all. So
I just have the punctuation point to end 2020 that is flash dying on me, and that it hurts a little bit inside.
Well, here's
That
the
does
thing.
make me really sad, actually.
There is on Ars Technica recently, they posted a very good history of Flash, which I would highly recommend all of you read.
If you
because-
link that
Oh,
in the
son of a
Discord,
whore.
I'll link it. I'll
I'll-
link it in Discord.
I would
and,
super appreciate that.
you
Maybe
guys
throw that
can-
in Twitch chat too,
Sure, why not? Let me go.
in case anyone is. I don't know what the Let's Racing Time Twitch chat is doing right now. I cannot have a web browser open on Potato PC and run an emulator.
Oh, these little dinosaur ghosts.
I'm really getting tired of having to
Oh
go
my
back
God.
every time I die, having to go all the way back to that stupid thing to get power ups. But if I try to do anything with small Mario, especially a castle, I'm just gonna keep dying over and over again. So there's
Oh,
no
are you
point.
top secret area stuck?
Yeah, I just keep having to go
Going
back
on,
to
Ludwig?
it.
That's why I don't open it, because of that reason. I will be so tempted to just go back
I-
and
Well,
get
but I
it.
mean, I would just be
Almost-
sitting here until I gamed over. I mean, if I
Yeah,
tried to do
that's
it with small
fair.
Mario.
I almost
so-
considered saying that you couldn't warp to Valley of Bowser with the Star Road, but you were still welcome to take them just so that you could get back to top secret area. Because
Right.
that walk of shame hurts every
I
time.
don't remember Ludwig's castle being this hard, but this is ridiculous. Like,
It's
I
had the
hate this
worst luck
castle.
with Ludwig.
Yeah, I hate this castle.
Oh, Roy's Castle down, by the way. I didn't even sing the song. Completely forgot. I was in the
I'm
zone.
having
Jeez. Oh man, I'm just
Man, you're
I'm in
right
Forest of
behind me.
Illusion too.
This is the one Mario game race that I was like, I can probably do half decent in, and then I practiced 7 times.
See, you practice a lot more than me. I got to where I could beat the game
Oh,
without switches and without game over, and thought good enough.
There's a lot of lag in that water level.
There are
It's
like
'cause there's
75,000 fish.
Yeah, there's like 20
this.
legit of those Rip Van fish, and I hate them.
And they all have to have
Yeah.
pathfinding, and ugh, it's a nightmare.
Rip that Van Fish in particular.
Now, I'm a little worried about the level that I'm on right now, because when I was just doing my test play beforehand, I have not played on an emulator. This pipe doesn't get me as far as I need it to. So let's hope it does this time. And I don't know why.
Oh, rude.
Yeah, I can't do that. I don't know why. It doesn't. Uh-oh, guys.
It probably would if you used BeastNess, but your computer can't handle it.
I have no idea. I have no idea.
BeastNess
kind of shit
is the
that
better
people
one,
like.
but it's also a resource hog, and it's got certain issues that are.
I'm having
This-
the worst luck tonight.
I have never used BSNES, but
It's
I have heard really good things about it.
It's overall by. I agree with Dan. It's overall by far the
No,
superior
it
one,
literally is the
but
most accurate Super Nintendo
Yeah.
emulator.
It really is. It's just there's like interface things that the other ones do.
It's
better. Like,
it's
just
because
on
the
a
fellow who
pure-
makes Hygan and BeastNess has opinions about certain things, and
Yeah.
I mean, some of his opinions are really good opinions, but I don't really agree with his library organization methodology.
Yeah, that's one. Lack of any real pause function is a big one too. Like,
So here's what I have to do in my test play is make sure that I keep this Yoshi and then, do the one thing Yoshis are built for.
Crap.
Dying.
crap.
Oh yeah, springboard.
No, I just
I don't know
You
what...
and y'all and your evil Yoshi sacrificing.
I
Are
try
you
not
It's
morally
coming
against
back.
it?
Ah!
Huh.
Okay, I had to give up my Yoshi.
And that time it worked. I don't know why.
Look, McLean, $20. You've got to get you a bottle of this. This is phenomenal. I'm just telling you. If you like a rye at
This one-
all,
Where is it?
I'm not usually a big rye drinker, but I will.
it's good, man. It's sweet with a good. A lot of times rye is really spicy.
No.
This is spicy, but it's got a really nice blend of sweet to it, and I think it's because it's the 100 proof.
God, get away. Sorry.
Like it mellows it somewhat.
Okay, I made.
Bob, if you also drop the name of that in Discord, I will check it out. I've been known to
Okay.
drink a rye.
I will. It's from what I okay, so all of your whiskey nerd internet says that this is the best rye on the market for the for the price point. One of the best, period.
So I'm not much of a bartender, so I tend to just drink things straight up on the rocks.
I drink
whatever.
them completely straight, but I don't drink it on the rocks. I drink it completely straight.
So, but my friend is like, you just got to get yourself a couple things of bitters and just throw that in there, and that'll change the way you drink rye. He's like, you don't have to do a whole Manhattan or whatever. Just get yourself some bitters.
It'll mellow it, yeah. I mean, if the spice is a little much for you, the bitters will mellow it.
Yeah.
See, I don't do bitters, but I will get myself some like custom simple syrups. I'll make them.
The simple
Yeah.
syrups go a long way too, to be honest.
I'm having some trouble.
And simple syrup is easy to make yourself too.
Yeah, it's nothing. And then, do it with some cinnamon or flavor it with whatever you really want.
Son of a whore.
So here's a topic of discussion I wanted to bring up to you guys. What is your favorite bad well, actually, let me rephrase that. What is a movie that you believe is unfairly maligned in its time that you love?
That's a hard question. I don't.
If no one else has anything, I have a second thing to
I have
I-
I have an answer for it.
I know what my answer is.
I need
What's-
an answer.
it's- It's
Go ahead.
dude, where's my car?
No, I agree. I agree wholeheartedly. That is a phenomenal movie. It's
It is.
retarded.
It's
But it
really
is-
good.
It is so good. Like last time it came out, last time I saw it on, I did not intend to watch it.
And
I'm
oh
like-
God. Sorry.
I did
I'm
not
fighting
intend to.
Roy. It's,
Yeah,
it's
it's
not
okay.
going well.
I did not intend to watch it at all, and it came on, and I sat there and watched the entire freaking movie. And
My
I'm like,
God,
dude,
Raz.
I forgot how good
I
this
wasn't
movie
ready
was.
to be in a conversation and also fight the boss.
Right.
I didn't time this well. I'm sorry. Okay, I have 54
Clutch
more
that
lives,
level
it's
out.
fine.
What is yours, Dan? What was the one you had in mind?
Speed Racer 2008.
I
Love
never
that
watched
movie.
it. The
Friggin'
one with
fantastic movie.
It
the
is
one
a-
with what's his face? The Emil Hirsch.
Oh yeah,
That's
he's
a
great
good-
at Speed Racer.
It's a very good
I
movie.
mean, the cast is
Well,
wonderful.
that's the Wachowski sisters, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Bob,
they
if
do
you
like
if you
they
haven't
do
seen
like
it,
the
I can hook you
whole-
up with it.
It's the real stylized one, right? It's got like
Yes.
the crazy, yeah.
You know, here's
No,
here's
I
the
have
thing.
never seen it. I'll be honest with you.
I
Well,
can-
because they're using particle effects as like the speed lines from the anime. It's great.
Bob, I can help you see that movie sometime.
Yeah,
so.
I'll watch it
Oh.
if you.
Why did this guy get on
Oh,
top?
Raz,
I'd have-
that was
I
bad
know.
luck.
Oh, I've fucked myself.
I've never
Oh,
seen
no.
that happen.
I've never seen that happen either.
I know I have a strong opinion on that too, Dan, but I'm trying to think of much maligned, and that's what's kind of getting me a little bit. It's like,
Would
Crap.
Dan be able to do a Google search for me now? Just
Yes, I can.
check out what the Rotten Tomatoes score is for those two movies.
Let's see.
Because I'm
Rotten-
not entirely sure that.
Speed Racer and what? Dude, where's my car?
Dude,
Yeah.
Well, let's start with "Dude, Where's My Car" because that came out first. Those first. Dude, where's my car?
Sweet,
Like,
I don't know
Dude,
a lot of
sweet. What's my
critically
say, dude?
panned but audience appreciated movies.
Okay.
When people say that, like it's not generally underrated. People like those movies.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I've got the Rotten Tomatoes page up here. So between all of you, you are correct that it has a higher audience score than the critic score. What is the margin of difference? What do you guys think?
20%.
40%.
I'd say 50%.
I think
I'd
that
say
was.
critics 30, audience 70 to 80.
Who was it that said? Somebody. I think the closest one without going over is Buttface. I think who said.
I said 20. I shot it pretty
The-
close, but they tend to be liked.
The tomatometer from critics is
Terrible name.
17%.
Damn.
The audience score is 47%.
See, I find that a little odd, but I mean, maybe it's a generational thing because, like, for people our age, that was a more prescient movie because it was.
I just
kinda
want to
big at
point
that
out
point.
mid discussion I'm playing the worst level in Super Mario World where all you do is slide down on your butt. This is a terrible
yeah.
Mario level and no one should ever make this level.
Oh, you caught up to me. In fact, you're ahead of me.
Oh shit.
I had a lot of trouble. Like I kept having a lot of trouble in Chocolate 2.
Now,
I can't think
Oh, go
I
ahead.
can't think of a movie that I love that audiences generally disliked. Critics
Oh,
maybe.
I have one.
Audiences. All right.
I have
go.
one.
Go ahead.
And I wouldn't say love. I would say like this movie. I like Batman Forever. I embrace the camp.
I think
I like
people are
Batman
coming
Forever.
around on Batman Forever, honestly.
I mean,
Batman Forever
guilty
is
pleasure.
my
I like
third
Batman
favorite
Forever.
Batman movie. I love Tommy Lee Jones and
I
Jim
think
Carrey in that.
I think
See,
people
and
really
Tommy
have
Jones,
a-
I can't stand in it. But I love Jim Carrey's. I think they had a really good. I think they could have done something really good with Jim Carrey's Riddler had they.
Here's the
Absolutely.
thing about that movie. I think it's because Batman and Robin came out after it and
They're
kind
both
of
Joel Schumacher.
they-
And
If you know anything about the production of Batman and Robin, specifically the hell that they put Arnold Schwarzenegger through,
yeah.
I appreciate that movie a hell of a lot more.
All
Do
right,
you know
Ludwig's
about the
down.
9-volt batteries that he kept in his cheek for that movie?
No,
No, I don't think I heard that
He
one.
had battery acid leaking in his mouth because Joel Schumacher wanted his costume to have light up teeth.
Oh
They
my
glow
God.
blue in some scenes and not in others because it was malfunctioning like crazy.
Schumacher's publicly apologized over it. Like I can't remember his exact verbiage when he did it, but he's like, "Yeah, I made a." He's publicly
What?
acknowledged he made a lot of mistakes with that movie with Batman and Robin.
I'm gonna go back and get some.
All right, so coming up to Speed Racer 2008. So what's everybody's guess for the margin of difference between the tomato manometer and the audience score?
Gonna go with 30%.
I'm gonna stick
I'm
with
gonna shoot
40.
higher and say 40 on that one, doubling my last one.
I don't know on that one. I don't have I don't know enough about the movie to have a
The
good judge.
tomatometer comes in at 40%. The audience score comes in at 60%.
Audience score might be a little higher now.
It's funny. When that movie came out, the criticism that people made of it was like, "Oh, it's not like the
What
show."
was
or-
that?
It's exactly like the show.
Well, I know. That's what I
Yeah,
was
that's
going to
why
say.
I kind of didn't really understand why people panned it as much. Because to me, it looked like the show.
For good
What was
and for
the movie
ill.
that the Wachowskis did previous it though? Was it the third? Was it the third
Matrix
Matrix
movie.
movie? Because that might have set their expectations a little wonky for it.
Now, Matrix 2 and 3, I despise. I wish those had never been made. But
But here's the
They're
thing: it's
making
like,
hashtag Cypher was right.
but
is that Joe Pantoliano?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah, he was totally right. I mean, he makes that point. He's like, look, I know this isn't real, but I don't care. You know,
I just like steak.
and you just like, yeah. He's like, that's it. I mean, if you look at the life they were living otherwise,
Fuck.
and I was, you know, it's funny you mentioned that because I was thinking about that the other day. I was like,
Damn it.
even if they so had they done it differently and they win, is that world even survivable anymore?
You're not supposed to think about the third movie. Don't think about it.
Well,
No, because
even
I
with
read
the
your
second
message
one.
and ran into
even
a
the
hole.
I mean, you know, fuck the third movie. Even the second one, like that world's not survivable. Like they couldn't, the human race couldn't survive anyway. Not
I got
long
Do you
term.
want the Matrix insight? Because I'm a little, I have a little soft spot for the Matrix in my heart, and so I do know
Yeah.
more. The second layer up is also still a simulation.
Well, they never
is that what the
confirmed
Wachowskis intended
Yeah.
about it? Like, I still think they never intended to make more than one movie, and then they forced it onto them, and then they were like, "Well, what the fuck do we do now?" Because to me, the first movie is perfect.
That's all
They
like
did
it
some
was.
interesting stuff with the second movie, and the
This-
third movie they try.
So the second one could have been really good, and there were parts of it that were good. Like, there's great stylized scenes, like when he goes, like when he is just destroying the whole world, you know, racing to get to what's her face, Trinity. That is awesome. That is a great stylized scene. You know, like when you just see the whole entire city just being destroyed behind them.
Castle 6 is killing me, guys.
Yeah.
I hate
Castle 6 is hard.
I'm not even. I'm barely in level 5.
I told you guys, Wendy's a little bit of a troublemaker,
Moiker.
and I already finished Castle 6. So
She's a
yay.
troublemaker. Did you get a little Australian there or something? Australian. Die,
Yeah, you know, Wendy's a little troublemaker.
Maker.
Maker.
Die.
So like, I mean, what I was bringing up with that criticism of Speed Racer 2008 is that it feels like to me that was a criticism from people who, may not have actually watched any kind of Speed Racer in the amount of time coming up. Like they might have some memories of it
No, I
or
love
cultural
those.
osmosis of it. When you actually watch that movie, and you can clearly tell it is by people who are painfully aware of every single thing of both Speed Racer and the original. I should say,
What the?
I don't know
that's
the right
what I
term.
thought.
Japanese dub, whatever.
Yeah, that's what I thought from it. Like I saw that
For
and,
good
like,
and
that was
for
my
ill,
first thought.
because there
Yeah.
is a lot of Spritle and Chim Chim in it.
If anyone has bothered to watch the Eversion Let's Play I have on my channel, my friend that is actually playing that game in that, one of his favorite movies of all time is Speed Racer.
Yeah,
If I ask him on any day, what's your top 3 favorite movies? It's in it.
And the other thing is like the movie is briskly paced. You know, we were watching, even though the movie is like almost 2.5 hours long, it does not feel like a long movie. You know,
It's a
you're-
live action cartoon.
Yes,
It's fantastic.
that's why
Well,
it's
that's what I expected out of it.
Yeah.
I mean, like I don't understand what anybody else wanted out of it.
I mean, I saw it in the
Speed
theater
Racer's
and I
silly-
loved it.
Yeah, Speed Racer's silly 60s camp. That's why it's good.
I
didn't make
never
it.
saw it in
Also-
the theater. I watched it on video with friends, and the whole time we were like, "Oh, this is perfect!
Christina Ricci, perfect as Trixie.
It's amazing."
I could see that.
I think I'm back.
You are back. We're
Oh,
getting
just
another
dropping
Adobe
in.
ad.
Enjoy my Adobe ads.
And of course,
Not
John
having a
Goodman
good-
pops Racer. again,
Oh,
perfection.
Oh yeah, maybe
Yep.
it's John Goodman, man, America's Dad.
I'm trying to think here. What
More
what
like a
terrible...
Nanja.
I don't know. Movies for me that maybe people are not as fond of, but I love to death anyways. Daybreakers, the terrible vampire movie. No, I know what it is. It's
Which one
friggin'
is-
Twilight. The original Twilight is a goddamn masterpiece.
Well, do you
That's
think
a
it's
hot
a
take.
masterpiece as it's a good movie, or do you
I
think
think
it's
it
a
is an
masterpiece as
amazing
camp?
movie.
Because
I think it is an amazing movie, and I think that everyone in that movie is acting their ass off. I think everything in the original Twilight.
I will never be able to agree with you on that one, but I mean, hey, more power to you, man.
That movie knows exactly what it is trying to be, and every actor is on the same page of we know that we are mid-20s and we're trying to play freshman high schoolers who are incredibly awkward. It nails awkward dad energy, it nails awkward first crush energy.
Man.
It nails Vancouver Island, which I know. It's not supposed to be Vancouver Island, but I just pretend. It even
Trouble, you should put some more concentration on finishing Wendy.
Like, I agree, despite his later faults, I agree wholeheartedly with Noah Antweiler on it in that it's glorious in terms of as a parody. Like, when you watch those movies as a comedy, they're hilarious.
My favorite
yeah,
thing
you
about Twilight,
can't take it seriously. You need
Yeah.
to be detached from it.
Yeah, I mean, because that was one thing he said is like, look, if you watch these as a comedy, these movies are genius. It's
My
like,
favorite-
but-
I can't speak high praise for the rest of them, but the first one is unironically an incredibly well-made movie.
Like, I don't know
And-
if you've ever seen
Oh,
it, but
thank
like
goodness.
if you watch it with the like the Mystery Science Theater 3000 guys do riff tracks, they
I
have a
know of it, I
dialogue
don't
that
watch
goes.
it.
They have a dialogue with it, and it's the funniest thing I have ever watched in my life.
my favorite
That
For
was
me,
an act
for
the
me,
whole
what I
movie.
would suggest to turn your opinion around on it would be the movies with Mikey episode on it. If anyone's not watching Mikey Newman's stuff. Oh,
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
shit.
I think my favorite thing about Twilight is Robert Pattinson's just absolute disdain for the whole series.
oh,
See,
it's
I don't
great.
I mean,
I
he
don't think
cashed those
anybody-
paychecks.
I don't think anybody could, the way those are written and the way the original source material is, I don't think anybody could have done a good job with it. Like, I have a hard time hating the people for any reason in the modern Star Wars movies too.
The
because
books
nobody
are
could deal with that
terrible,
right.
and they did the best that they could.
Yeah,
and
nobody
the
could be
first
good
one
in that
has
right.
the highest amount of quality differential from source material to what you see on the screen if you take it on its own level.
Right.
Why? Why?
And then my
Oh,
original
Raz.
answer was Daybreakers, which was a vampire movie with Willem Dafoe in it. And I want you to guess who plays the only human.
I have no
Willem
idea.
Dafoe.
It's
I mean, I
Willem
don't-
Dafoe,
Oh,
the
really?
most vampire-looking person on the planet.
Yeah, the guy that looks. I mean, when he was in Nosferatu, he looks like freaking Nosferatu.
No, he plays
or
the
Shadow
only
of the
human left
Vampire.
in the
Isn't that what
world.
that movie's called? Where about the real actor that played Nosferatu in the original movie?
I
think
have
that's
no
what that's-
idea.
I think that's what that's called. Is Shadow of the Vampire.
I will unironically stand Twilight for the rest of my life.
I don't know how I made it through all that.
I
think
heard that
McLean
in
is-
the background.
McLean has caught up with me and passed me.
I'm trying to beat Wendy's Castle right now.
Yep.
I'm in not another auto scroll level.
Dan,
Probably the most annoying auto scroll level.
Yeah. Dan,
Now,
it's
Wendy
killing me
may-
because I know I have a strong opinion on this. I know I have a lot of opinions on bad movies, but I can't think of one right now that's like
That's fair.
notoriously bad that I love.
Think about it for tomorrow when we're Zeldoing.
Yeah.
Actually, kind of like Ghostbusters 2, even though I know it is vastly inferior to Ghostbusters 1.
I mean, that one's a fair one because I love Ghostbusters too.
Yeah,
but it was the
Ghostbusters
first one I
2
saw as a kid,
Yeah.
and it hit everything that I needed, that I wanted in a movie, like as a little kid. But we loved it. We quoted it all the time.
Someone out there has told me that there is an extended cut of the new Ghostbusters.
Oh no, it's
that
even worse.
I hear it's supposed to be better, and I was
It's
one of the
not.
people who saw that in
It's-
theater and went, "This was pretty okay."
I disagree with you, Bob. I think it is a lot better. The
Oh,
problem with
it's
the new
pit of hell.
Ghostbusters
It's so bad.
is when they're trying to be when they go look at us, we're the Ghostbusters. Haha, you remember the Ghostbusters? It's awful. It's like super awful.
Well, the problem is there's almost no script because Paul Feig thought he could make a whole movie out of ad-libbing. And
He's done that
even the
several
cast
times, and
didn't
it's
laugh.
always been a problem whenever he does
Yeah.
that.
He thinks
The
he can make an
worst
entire
part-
movie off of it, and it's horrible because
The
of
worst
that.
part of the new Ghostbusters is honestly Bill Murray.
Oh
So
yeah,
could you-
he's terrible. It's a shame that he's even.
Kate
in
McKinnon
know.
is great in it, though.
Huh?
All of the actual Ghostbusters in that movie were fantastic, and most of the time when they're doing their own thing, especially Kevin.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Kevin is the best dumb blonde stereotype I have ever seen.
You need a himbo.
That's
Look,
only because
look, I
that's
have
it's
a
not
type,
because
okay?
it's well done. It's just because Hemsworth is just a really likable guy that has a good sense of humor about him.
At the end of the two of my most favorite jokes in that movie, all of the best jokes are in, like, 4 of my favorite jokes in that movie are from him. The fifth one is from Holtzman.
Kate
Yeah,
McKinnon's
Holtzman,
character.
Holtzman
Yeah.
is her name. Yeah.
Yeah. It's when it's like, which one of these pictures do you prefer? Me playing the saxophone or me listening to the saxophone?
Yep.
And then that at the end where he goes, "Oh yeah, I just went over there and got a sandwich," and then like they get mad at him and throw the sandwich, and he's like, "Oh yeah, hey, you mind helping?" And the person off screen throws the sandwich back. I don't know why, but that just killed me.
It's fantastic. It is absolutely off the wall fantastic.
See, I can't agree on that. Like I just
Oh,
Also,
that's the one I
there's
can never
there's the
agree on.
weird part where the main bad guy in that, the nerdy guy, was from an old College Humor sketch about Tetris. He plays like the assistant to Tetris God, and
Yeah.
I could not stop thinking about that in the movie theater.
We've got some real stumbling going on here at Wendy's Castle.
I'm gonna game
I
over if I don't
just
beat her
got
later.
here.
I'm
I made it to the
sorry,
midpoint.
Dan. Am I hearing you correctly?
What?
I'm having a rough time tonight.
You're saying correctly?
I mean, well, you did just beat Wendy.
No.
So this level, Wendy's Castle, was at AGDQ, but the gimmick was if you jumped, you didn't jump. You changed your gravity from hanging from the floor to the ceiling,
Okay.
VVP.
which made it really weird because if you fall off the top of the screen, that's a hole.
Well, I'm having a cursed run, so whatever.
You were my number one concern. I will be honest.
I'm just having a cursed run tonight. I don't know what's going on.
You should
Are
be
you
more
in the
worried
back
about
door?
Raz.
Is that what I see?
What's that?
Are you
yeah,
in the
no,
back door?
Damn it!
I gamed
Well,
over.
No.
I really
no.
needed that to be a. I really.
That's just
The
my
Hurricane
Canadian
McLean.
internet lag that you're worried about.
I don't. Galby's. I don't think the hurricane ate McLean because he's in Georgia
Oh,
and he's
okay.
in North Georgia, and there's not really a lot of hurricanes in North Georgia.
There were severe thunderstorms earlier, and I'm wondering if there's like some weird lingering like tree branches thing happening. I don't know.
Crossing the lines.
This is the second race I've been in where I was doing super well, and then just about 70% through ghosts. I just beefed it.
Ghosts?
I mean, you could run into the thing like we once had a multi-day internet outage from Spectrum because Spectrum is stupid and has no redundancies in their system. So a drunk driver near where McLean lives ran into a telephone pole. It happened to be a main line, severed it. They had to re-spool the whole line, and so 3 states were out of internet for an entire day because of that.
That's
I
amazing.
don't
Because
want
they
to get
have no
too terribly
redundancies.
cocky here, but I'm feeling bad for suggesting we do this race.
Why?
And schooling
Yeah,
all of
why?
you guys so hard.
Nobody
Oh.
cares.
You're allowed
You're not-
to do that.
You are
That's
getting a little
fine.
hubristic
I'm not
because
allowed to
you're,
be the
you're,
ringer. That's not
well, you're
fair.
suddenly thinking you're Torgo, and that's a bad mistake.
I know. I'm
Yeah.
getting worried. So to make it up
Oh,
for y'all,
shit.
how about I join for a Zelda Rando one of these days?
Yes, please.
A game that
No,
I
you
don't
totally
know.
should. You
How
A
about
game that I
tomorrow?
don't know.
I wasn't even
can't
paying
make it
attention to
tomorrow.
Not for
Buttface
that
and
reason. You just
Bowser.
totally should join for Zelda Rendo.
I literally don't know Zelda 1. Like, I have beaten it maybe twice.
It's very fun.
I've second quested
It's
once.
a lot of fun.
Yeah,
A tracker
you totally
helps a
should
lot.
join.
You assume my potato PC can
No.
run a tracker. I hope it does.
My
Anyways, you
finger
might
is
want to
on-
get ready on time there,
Yep,
Dan.
my
Are you
finger-
really?
I'm
Yep.
not joking with you.
He
Like I
is-
Oh my
said, I
god,
feel
I
bad.
can't kill Morton.
Oh darn it! No.
I couldn't kill Windy tonight and game overed, and that pretty much
Yeah.
ended my run. I was actually
I finally
thinking,
got.
You're
I
on
finally
Roy,
got him.
Bob.
Or Roy. Oh, I can't tell the difference between Roy.
You're
and
a
Morton.
lot farther along.
I
I was
can't
like,
tell
shit,
the
he's
di-
on World 2?
I can't tell the difference between Roy and Morton. So.
I forgot this sunken ship level was actually a level.
Oh yeah.
So now
It's
I'm just
real
like, oh
butt.
shit.
It's
I don't
very
remember
bad.
this at all.
Yeah, I'm in Chocolate Island. I mean, I'm
That's-
on there now.
When do we want to call time? Princess Kiss?
I think last
I would
hit.
say that.
La-
Last-
whenever
All right,
you
I
lose
will, I will
control.
give you a heads up on the kiss and kiss.
All right,
oh, we're doing Kiss. All right.
that's time. Buttface comes in first at an hour for since I
Well,
was.
hey, but don't feel bad in any way, Buttface. I mean, you should just be happy that you won. Normally, McLean bitches and says he's going to do terrible, and then just smokes everybody. So.
The thing is I was hoping to get third. My high heights were third, and I've also come a long way from DNFing on the pentathlon and having to read the baby words of shame.
The baby
We can still
words
give
of
you
shame,
third.
yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah, just stick me on third. Then you guys can have fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't care.
Ah.
Give Bob honorary first.
Oh, good luck with that.
I'm hoping for fourth. That's. I think I could do that.
Son of a bitch.
Sorry, Bob.
I was really hoping to get.
Oh no, that wasn't even
Caught
do
up.
you. That was just
Oh,
what
no.
happened to me right there.
Oh, good. No more crazy ghosts.
Ugh. The whatever the big rhino guy things are just are pissing me off. Or not the big ones, the little ones. that
Those
breathe
suck.
fire.
The ones that spit fire. Yeah.
Yeah, they're pissing me off.
Doesn't this end with like a giant falling stage?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm not.
Oh
quite
yeah,
there
I gotta
yet.
go in here.
That's where the yellow ones think in the lava.
There better be a checkpoint.
All right, I'm
There's a
pulling up
star.
the stream on my phone.
Well, you gotta. I mean, okay.
You can
know
style.
You have to load another game. That's tradition. You want.
I'm not
you gotta-
skipping these ending credits. They're amazing.
Well,
Well,
once the credits
But I mean,
are
when
done.
you're done with the ending credits, you have to load another game. That's Let's Racing Time tradition. You have
Oh
to
no,
go
what
in-
I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lap you, Bob.
Okay, well, hey, more power to you. You probably can.
gonna
Damn
try.
it, Yoshi! Damn it, Yoshi!
Oh, thank goodness I had a mushroom. I would have been so
I
mad.
can't beat Windy tonight. What is wrong with me?
So which person was saying
Be-
that
must
Wendy
be
was
nice
not
to
the
be a
worst
Wendy.
Koopa?
Me.
Yep.
I believe
I
I,
did-
said
I
she
did
is
it
my
first
worst.
try. Yeah.
Oh my god.
I
I think
actually
Wendy-
really like those stages. It's
Wendy, I think, is the hardest, and then I think it's probably the Resinors.
yeah, those are the worst for me. I have no idea what these levels are because I didn't get this far in my test play.
Damn it.
I don't remember how to get to the back door.
You still
It's from the ghost house, right?
No, it's not. It's from the second level in World of Bowser. It's after the long auto-scrolling section. Treble's
Right.
Treble is
Yeah.
just about there.
Right,
And
right, right.
then
I
you have
remember.
to
go up and around.
Up and around.
Yeah.
Like in the third section of the level.
Right. Yeah, I remember now. Thank you. For
If I had gotten a game over, I would have been pretty close to second place and maybe even had a
Oh.
chance. But
I'm
mean,
sorry,
How
you
did you
gamed
game
over?
over?
I game
Yeah.
over to Windy. I
I
game
was-
over to Windy.
I've
I
got
was
21 lives.
I was
I
a
didn't-
I have 44.
world ahead of Buttface Like- when I got to Windy.
Which person said that they
Wow.
wouldn't game over, and then I said, see you in 40 minutes?
I haven't gamed over.
No, that was me. I said I am going to try to not game over, but I did not grind any lives. So
Ah, that was it. I also can't believe that's my actual time. That is about 20 minutes faster than I was doing on test plays. I had the charmed run.
and I'm having
well
the
done.
anti-charmed
You,
run.
Damn it.
you did good.
See, my
You
problem
did
is I
good,
don't
kid.
know. I don't remember this at all.
Okay, Bob,
so-
Go back. You need to drag those cement ghosts to the upper door.
Is
I
that
can't
where need
stand
to
on
go?
those, though.
Okay.
You can
Damn
stand
it.
on the cement ghosts once they're solid.
I think I'd be better off going back and getting a flower or getting a leaf and trying to. If I knew
Good
where a
luck
leaf
trying to
was.
get it through the gauntlet that is the first half of that ghost house. That is
Well, I
the
can't
worst
do it
ghost
small.
house
Well, I
in
can't
the...
do it small.
There's a mushroom
can't do
midway
it
through if
small
you can
either.
get that far. Oh, did I go back? Oh no. I don't know this maze at all.
That maze is absolute butts.
I wouldn't
It is
mind it
two
so
butt
much if it
cheeks.
weren't for fishing dude right here. He's the one that gets me.
I'm gonna run out of time. Ah, Monty Mole. Darn it.
There's all the
God.
Koopa kids.
Ugh.
And
I get what you're saying here, but I don't think I can do that. I don't think I can make them solid enough to stand on them.
It is
almost-
surprisingly forgiving.
Yeah, it's what you have to do.
You talking about dragging
The first
that
three.
the first three?
Yep.
But then you still got to dodge these stupid.
They're not that bad. Oh, if you aren't, like they don't follow you screen to screen. You have to babysit them. Right. Okay. That was the ending screen. It's popped up. Time to start.
Yep.
I almost thought about getting a Link to the Past rando seed and trying my hand at that, but
Oh, you should have. Me and Raz had a lot of fun with it doing multi-world.
I
Yeah,
had
we
more
got-
pressing
we
matters
finished
of trying the game
Well, I
over
did.
again.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, I was right at the end. It's just
Yeah,
it
you were
was
close
Already, yeah, it was already really late. And
I really,
It was
really
3 a.m. for you, I think.
do not like
Yeah.
these. What are they called?
The
Those,
spike thingies that come down from the
yeah.
ceiling and insta-kill you.
Yes. There's not a mushroom in this stage.
Oh.
Start.
I got through it.
If you jump, Bob, they'll float up more.
Yeah, I kind of figured that. I just would switch directions real fast, and they would do it.
Okay, I got to stop watching Bob playing, and now I got to actually try and
Shit.
lap him.
It shouldn't be that hard.
I'm
I have
absolutely
no
gonna
idea
use-
whether I have saved or not it once this game because I keep hitting A, and I don't know if that's accepting it or just backing out of the screen.
I think
I
that
don't
accepts.
remember.
I don't think you can back out. I think you can only continue and
It'll-
save and continue and not save.
It'll make a
Maybe
little
so.
sound. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I just not do this anymore? Oh, wait, never mind.
Son of a bitch.
Oh, shit. Okay. I keep going the wrong way.
Doubles. Why does it keep jumping off of him?
When I test played, I actually went the other way. I didn't go down.
Bob,
to
did you
the seat-
accidentally map it to a turbo button?
No, I haven't. I don't have a turbo button mapped. I think it. I don't know if it's because I'm
Oh.
like accidentally it's registering me letting off of the Y button or what.
No, the only thing that jumps
Because
off
I'm
of
pretty
your
much keeping the Y button held in the whole game.
The other thing I'm going to suggest here is now that we've got the one Mario game I'm pretty good at out of the way, I'm still shooting to get a Mario Land 2 race
I just don't
going
think,
at some point.
surely somebody in the group knows it well enough to race it with you because I just
It's
don't.
not a
I don't
hard
know the
game.
at all.
No,
Mario Land 2 is about as hard as the first two worlds of Mario World, and then the last level is just a spike in difficulty that you can bash your head against for 15 minutes.
Right. Yeah, I just don't know the game. Like I don't. I own it. I had it as a kid. I just don't think I ever beat it.
You can beat it in like an hour. It's not long.
no, it's not long.
It's one I keep threatening to Let's Play. I have, I think, 3 trashed Let's Plays of it because of footage corruption over the years.
Good job, Trouble.
Yeah.
Oh, did he finish?
No.
No. Trying to get to the back door.
I had to do that from here too, don't I? I don't know where the branching path is. I'm assuming it's the key.
Whoa. Whoa.
Oh, do I need a Yoshi to do it?
Nope, you don't need a
No.
Yoshi. You're
That is
fine.
a red herring.
Okay.
Oh,
much
that
like
sucked.
communism in Clue.
So I'm in the crazy maze.
Yep, you aren't. You just got to do the crazy maze. You got to get to the next screen after the crazy maze. There'll be a little like you'll be standing on a yellow platform. It'll start moving up. You got to get to the end of that, and then double back around above the screen.
So it's like to the left or something.
Yeah, don't jump down from the rising yellow platform.
Okay.
Why is it giving me a
Crap!
mushroom?
I'm looking at the feed, and McLean is like right there with me.
We're going off the screen in this crazy maze. Oh, come on, Bob.
What?
You should have gotten that one.
Should have gotten what?
What I just
He
said.
was- yeah.
I didn't hear what you said.
I said he was going off the screen on a crazy maze.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I got it now.
I wasn't even listening. I'm sorry, Dan. I was just trying not to die.
I know. I mean, hey, dude, you're not that far off from them, honestly.
Damn it! I hate this stage, and I
Oh,
have
I
no
hate
idea
this
where the other exit would be.
I should have gone for it.
The other exit on that stage, Bob, you need to jump underneath the flagpole by springing off with a Yoshi. You need to underneath the gold tape, and it continues on to the right there.
That's something else I
It's-
don't like about this game is the a lot of usage of like alternate/fake exits.
It's only that one level and the specific world about that.
I mean, Forest of Illusion.
Yeah, that's the world. That's the gimmick of the world. It's garbage.
I
won't
almost
get it.
chucked my key. Oh my god, I would have been so mad.
Why did they put that gap there in that place?
So
In
you can
case you
chuck the
didn't want to
key.
take that exit.
Right,
just
I
jump
need
off.
Son of a
I need
bitch. Now I can't do it. No, I
Oh.
can't.
I need you. Come back.
That
Why-
gap is there, so because if you run and you fall down blindly, you'll fall in that hole.
Damn it.
Why?
I don't know what to do now.
Because it's mean.
Surely you don't have to have.
Oh, I thought I jumped on it. No.
Surely this doesn't force you to have a Yoshi that doesn't exist in this stage to be able to beat this level.
I want to say it's an asshole like that.
Oh, that last part
Oh,
where you
something
launch.
just froze.
Yeah, that last part where you launch, it's kind
Yeah.
of hot garbage.
Never could make it without a Yoshi.
Oh, I
What do you-
screwed this up.
Is that an
I don't think
emulator
I can
bug?
make it through the level. I don't think I can make it through the level period without a Yoshi. But that and
There is a
button
Yoshi
starting-
earlier in that
This
level.
button's starting to stick really bad too.
Ah!
Oh, I've got to finish this game. I don't want to die.
How long have we been going?
jeez.
Only an
It's
hour.
about an
My
hour
only
and
hope is a
15
game
minutes.
over from McLean because I have 42 more lives.
I just realized I didn't get the yellow switch palace, so I couldn't get to the stupid secret area to get to Star Road.
Ha.
Because I'm not good enough to fly.
Crap.
I might can do it. This is actually how it intends you to. I think it, if I remember it, I think it literally intends you to fly underneath it.
It probably does. That sounds familiar.
True.
I don't.
Are you serious? What the fucking fuck?
All right, let's
Yeah,
do this correctly
Son of
this
a-
time.
it absolutely does because it expects you to fly right there, and then of course I killed the turtle, and the turtle hit me because it didn't kill the turtle; it spat it out into me.
You bonked the turtle.
What? What? Oh, jeez. Okay. I was not
Whatever.
prepared.
Are you at the fast spikes?
Yeah.
Those fast spikes are that is the fortress that I say is a Kaizo Mario Maker level.
Okay. Yeah, that was not okay.
No, it makes you do it like 3 times, and there's nothing different between the 3 of them. It's just, do you know how to do this? Do
I
it.
just need a mushroom, and I need to keep it.
You think you need a mushroom, but those things move so fast. If you get hit by it, it will also squish you.
Yeah,
Yes.
it squishes you.
They're
Oh,
insta
okay.
death.
Yeah,
If they catch
I
you
didn't know
underneath, if they catch you underneath, it's instant.
side of it, you might get away with it. And that's why I get the green switch palace, so that I have cape right at the beginning of that level, which also doesn't have a midway point. It is hot trash. But I
I'm gonna
forget
game
it
over on this level.
blocks the way into back door, so I feel like they can get away with putting a hot trash level there.
I was really close.
They really make you earn that back door.
Oh my!
I have 40 more
Oh
tries
my.
of this. I might need all of them.
Do you want to know the timing that I use for it?
I think I can figure it out. If I get hints, I might confuse them.
That's fair enough. You
Yeah.
definitely need kind of muscle memory on it.
Yeah,
Did
I'm starting to learn, and I don't want to overwrite that learning with factoids that are better.
What's the
I know
Mark
that sounds
Twain
really
quote?
cheesy.
What's the Mark Twain quote? I never let my schooling interfere with my education.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
something
think
like
that.
that.
That sounds about right. Yeah.
They wouldn't let me put that as my yearbook quote. I can't imagine why.
And even though that's
Hard to
totally
say.
wrong of not to, because that's a great quote. But
I was like, it's. So I probably just used some stupid Douglas Adams quote, knowing me.
probably
I used a Billy Joel lyric.
we didn't do senior quotes.
They didn't.
so,
They didn't let us do senior quotes.
Yeah.
I got a game over.
If,
Oh, I
they,
jumped too high. Darn it.
if they
You got
did
this.
allow us to do them, I don't remember what mine was.
I don't remember either.
Well, I'm the young guy here, so mine was a lot closer. But I still can't remember.
I was gonna say earlier, I said something about our age, and I'm like, I realized as soon as I said that, is like, I know how old everybody else is. I don't actually know how old Buttface is. No,
I was gonna guess 28.
If you look, no, sorry. If you look
No.
at my YouTube channel for Shifter Chaos 95, you can probably guess, or at
I
least
subscribed.
Oh, okay, so
I
you're
subscribed to your
24.
channel, but yeah.
5.
25.
Oh
One
well,
of
you
those.
are a youngin.
I'm a wee baby.
Yeah, you are young.
You're the same age as Windows 95, which just had its 25th anniversary yesterday.
Bitch!
Was that the 25th
I
anniversary
can't beat this
yesterday?
goddamn
Like, days back.
level. Oh,
Where are you, Podobo? I know you're there. All right.
Where
What
did
if
he
I can
go?
catch-
That
what if I
darn
can catch
where did
back-
he
Podobo.
go now? Where did he go?
Guys, do you think I can
Oh,
catch
I gotta
back
come
up to
into
that
it.
level?
Oh,
I read that last one where it goes up and down. I ran into that Podobo like 6 times. I hate that. That Podobo is.
if
the
I had
worst.
committed to it, I would have been fine. But it's just like I wanted to read ahead, and I really shouldn't.
So this time, instead of taking a shell into the green switch palace and doing that wonky dance, took the P switch.
I was gonna say I fondly remember 25, but I turned 37 in 2 days. So, or well, about a day, about a little bit over a day at this point.
My 25th
Also, it'll be
year
birthday
has
Zelda
been
stream
going
tomorrow.
Swimmingly, I'll tell you that much.
Well, no, my birthday's 28th, so
Ah.
it's Friday. but
Functionally,
yeah.
it's a birthday Zelda stream.
Right. Functionally, yes.
Oh well, happy birthday to you.
Well, thank you.
Happy birthday.
37 years ago.
They say it's your birthday. Doodin' doodin' doodin'.
Oh, Treble, I see what you mean. I just
Oh.
clipped it.
Cursed run. I'm having a cursed run. Yeah, yeah.
It's performance anxiety.
Excuse me.
This is to make up for you being like, oh man, I'm gonna do so terrible at Mario 3 or whatever race you were doing that in. This is your comeuppance.
Yeah,
There
but I
we
still
go.
didn't beat that. I still didn't win that race. I won. Did good on the Mario 1 leg of it.
That's what it was.
I'm watching you, Trouble.
Oh,
You gotta
Treble's
make
on
sure you
that. Yeah,
get close
Treble's
to
on
telling me
Bowser.
on time.
Yeah. I'll as soon as I get.
That's
As soon as she
not what-
kisses, I'll let you know.
Well, you have to give me warning.
Okay. Well, I'm like in the final phase of the fight right now. So.
I figure kiss because then you can give the warning once you win the fight, and there's like just a set time.
I didn't commit to it. Goddamn.
Ah,
Son of a,
fuck
what
me.
the fucking motherfuck?
I also would like to point out that my favorite thing in all of Let's Racing
Kill the
Time
motherfucker.
is Bob starting out as this really classy Southern gentleman, and then 1 to 2 hours in, it's happening. Every race, and it is such a joy all the time.
What, you talking about every race I do that or something?
Every race, you start out as this classy motherfucker, this with just a beautiful Southern drawl, and then we devolve into you just cursing at the 1 hour 30-minute mark.
Yeah, pretty much.
And it's not your fault. These games are terrible.
They're painful sometimes, that's for sure.
We gotta stop playing bad video games, guys.
I thought that was like our gimmick.
I mean, it is pretty much our
game.
It is pretty much our gimmick. But...
No, our gimmick is being bad at video games. Don't get it twisted.
No, that's my
Okay.
gimmick. Your gimmick is being fast at video games.
Fast badly.
Well, it depends on the video game because Zelda doesn't really fit that one because we're all pretty damn fast at Zelda, or at least the regulars.
That's why I say I'll make it up to y'all and I'll scrub it out in Zelda. Dang it. You can see how bad I am at levels that I don't play now. The levels I haven't practiced, I keep dying in.
God dang, I hate this fortress. Just so you're aware, this fortress is balls. First Risner.
I looked away and died on Bowser. I feel so ashamed.
You do that like 8 more times, and I may have a chance.
Oh, I beat it as little Mario, as mini mustache.
Good job.
Oh, I cannot believe I pulled that off.
Good job, Bob.
Now, I just want to warn you, you can die after beating Reznor.
Oh, if you fall off, yeah.
No, you can die after the screen is faded to black. There's some wonky physics on those.
Okay.
It's real bad times.
Is it like Mega Man 1 Iceman stage platform physics where the things shoot and they just hit you at random for no reason?
Remember when I said we need to stop playing bad video games? I don't play Mega Man. I love Mega Man. I don't play Mega Man.
Aw, Mega Man's so great. Hey, what are we doing next week, by the way? We don't have a plan for that one yet.
I don't think so, no.
I'm pretty sure if we get, we're still one shy, I think, of having enough people to do it. But I'm pretty certain we've got a good flag set for the Rando co-op whenever we decide to try that, or FF1 Rando.
We've been trading off doing a platformer and something else.
Yeah, and we have Mega Man 3 in the pipeline too, that we talked about.
I gotta practice that one like crazy.
I practiced it the other night, got to the Doc Robot stages in about 40 minutes, and then just kind of gave up at the Doc Robot stages. Because, I mean, I was waiting on Destel anyway to start a rando seed. So.
I would be okay
I gotta
with
wait a cycle.
in the future would be revisiting the score attack on Yoshi's Island.
Okay,
See,
get
that's
ready for
another one
time.
I want. That's another
getting
one I
ready
won't
for
be able
time.
to do.
And then I've also been I've basically
hey.
got a good right.
Time.
And
Aw,
time.
Congratulations.
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 A winner
Mario's
is you.
quest is over.
The other thing that I have in the pipeline is Kirby Superstar Great Cave Offensive 100% run.
Hey Raz, I got news for you.
Yeah, I'm watching your screen and I realized, shit, that's at the end.
I
I had to do that too.
I got a game over and came back and finally beat that thing.
I started this with 54 lives. I'm at 30.
I want to get together some of the co-op races where it's
we have
racing
those.
co-op games. Yeah.
Yeah, we have those too.
I was thinking because like Chip and Dale's is like 20 minutes long.
Yeah, it's a pretty short one.
So like I was thinking like maybe if we do Chip and Dale, which that came to mind because it was just an easy co-op game that somebody could practice and get through.
Mhm.
And, like we don't want like high difficulty precision platformers. I think everybody would DNF if we did something like that. But like we could do 1 and 2 and like in a back to back. I think that would be a good length because I think the 2 is of a similar length to 1.
I've never played the second one.
Me neither, but I think it's basically more the same.
It's basically the same game with pretty much.
Oh, McLean's at Bowser now.
I just had some atrocious luck this run. Like, just atrocious. I blame my internet dropping twice. That just...
Oh
I mean,
yeah,
that does
absolutely.
frazzle you.
That's fair.
I mean, no joke. Oh, son of a fucking...
I don't know if I'd be able to join for co-op stuff just because I don't know if my emulator will ever, or my potato PC will have an emulator that cooperates with it. You guys were having some difficulty.
Well,
But if we were going to do a Disney afternoon sort of thing, I could see doing like DuckTales 1 and 2.
Oh, I made it.
McLean.
Well-
Rahaz.
Well, our difficulty was my Windows Defender not letting the connection through, and it wasn't giving me the prompt to allow it through for some reason. That
did
was
you
the
make
problem we
it
were having.
past the Crushers, or did you put
Ah,
Resmore?
God!
Did you
Oh,
put
wow.
Resmore?
He died at the Reznor.
I died on the Reznor.
The Trent Reznor.
Okay,
So that's
I
where
can,
they get their
I
name.
can do it. It's possible. That's what I needed. I really should just go back. And
I missed him with both of them. That's just fantastic.
Yeah, you threw that
No,
one
get
off the screen.
Dipshit.
I did
God
both
damn
of
it.
them. I had a hard time with Bowser on one of my test plays, so could be here a minute.
No, stop with that shit. I don't want you.
The amazing Flying Hammer Brothers.
I don't remember how to do this at all.
Man, this button's sticking horribly now.
Yeah,
There
you
we go.
fly up. Yeah, but to say you get on there and it's above.
Oh, it is. I don't remember how to get in the cloud.
You jump on the. You don't spin jump on it. You
Well,
keep
that
spin
would be
jumping on it.
my dumb idiot mistake.
Yep, you just regular jump.
Hey, guess what?
What?
Hey, guess what? You don't just regular jump. Doesn't work.
Hit him with a block then.
Well,
You
that's what
had,
I'm
you
gonna
had to
do
hit it
next.
with an object. Yeah.
This is a bad video game. It's dumb, guys. I'm terrible at it.
Torpedo Ted. Torpedo Ted's my favorite enemy in the game.
Oh,
Freaking,
yeah.
Like one stage and.
There we
Did,
go.
All
Did
right,
any-
get ready on time.
I'm getting ready on time.
Bowser. And
Bowser?
kiss.
Come on,
Time.
Bowser.
Oy.
Oh my goodness.
Did any of you guys,
Good job.
when you were kids, or when you were doing this, because there's 97 exits?
Mhm.
Did any of you think that you try constantly to get it to, where's the last 3 exits?
Yeah, I did that.
Yeah.
Oh,
I didn't
yeah.
I
have,
had no
I
idea
didn't
how
have the
many.
Nintendo Power episode.
I had
or
no
whatever.
idea how many
Yeah.
exits were there, so I didn't really have that particular
Episode.
problem.
Shit. Yeah, shit. Shit. Shit.
Shit!
Oh my goodness. Now I'm just tilting.
Shots back. I was gonna say, yeah, I was tilting on the level before this one, so
I'm
Bye, Yoshi.
I've
Yeah,
been
this-
here for like 20 minutes.
this B button
This is
is
my
just-
life now.
this B button is just stuck at this point. My God, there's so many stages.
I'm
There's,
so
there's
glad
97 of it.
that I didn't DNF after having 2 game overs. I was like, this cannot be happening. That was such a bad run.
I did not game over. Just by the way.
You must have all the lives. Or rephrase, had all the lives.
Well, I did have to go back once and get lives. But I just did that to. I just in the second half of the run, I get my I get a cape in the
What the?
Force
Why is
Illusion
my
1.
button not working?
I
Oh,
do-
oh,
well, my
that's
B
the
button
problem.
is sticking, so. Oh no!
That
That
was
sounded
didn't
painful.
Jump. The B button's just stuck. But I think it's like just stuck at this point. So.
The end.
Oh, Chitin wants
Oh
some
no,
things
it
to
is.
aid.
Yeah, it's There it went. Okay.
Ah,
Oh, what can I do?
ah. No. No. No.
Okay, alright.
Bad Reznor.
No. No.
No, Reznor, no.
I'm the Raznir here, not you.
Bad touch, no Yamate.
There's only room enough in the
I
stream
get
for...
it. Hands up.
All right.
Hands up. You're done.
Another
Yeah, now he
Raz
just got
bites the
Bowser.
dust.
There's only room for 1 Raz on this stream,
Exactly.
not 5.
No, it's
Okay.
6. 6. 'Cause I
All right,
stopped
back
five.
to her.
I'm also not going to be
No,
able
there's only 4
to
on the board.
lap Bob.
Oh, there's only 4 of them.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
apparently.
I may have to stop because I can't.
Ninja,
This controller,
Ninja,
this
no.
B button's sticking, and I can't realistically use other buttons.
But you're
Not
past
for this
you're
game.
past the fuzzy world, right?
Ooh, that got all like slidey and slow.
I
That's what.
fucked this up.
Like,
Yeah, it lags a
hitboxes,
little bit
man.
with the light on.
Yeah, I just realized that, so I'll just have to be careful.
Like,
are you?
I love how like the ninjas just randomly appear in the last section of the.
Yeah, they
final
don't show up
castle.
anywhere else in the game, do they?
No, they don't.
Well, the mecha
I
Koopas
didn't get
are
the red
new too.
switch.
It's all new enemies in this last section.
Thank
well,
God.
all 2 new
Oh.
enemies.
Well, the Mecha Koopas were in
I wanna
other
take
parts of the castle.
Oh,
They're
are
all
they?
over the. Yeah, they're all over the castle.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I can't leave the Star Road until. Oh yeah, no. Then I'm screwed on this.
What's that?
I just can't leave the Star Road to go do the thing that I want to do.
No, you have to beat the castle. Can't
Yeah,
go
but
out-
that's all the way on the other side of the game.
I know.
I know you know. I didn't know. Now I do know. So now we both know. You know?
I know.
You
Yep.
know, you knows it.
When you were a kid and they did the mode 7 effect, did anybody else like duck out of the way? Because that's scary.
No.
Okay, I'm just a terrified, sad 10-year-old.
That I thought when he
Oh, I
crossed
didn't.
the plane. I think I thought when he crossed the plane of the castle that he could hurt you. So I would try to get out of the way. Yes. And I think you would see that happen in Yoshi's Island. I think you would have pseudo 3D attacks.
I'm gonna be real with you. I still don't know the mechanics of the last Bowser fight in Yoshi's Island.
You want to know like the maybe you guys can answer these. Those little green star blocks in this game. I don't know how they work.
I believe you
Uh,
have to
you
get.
get enough coins and you'll get a 1-up.
Is
Yeah.
that what it is?
I think you have to get like 50 coins or something, or maybe it changes by level.
I just know sometimes I've got a 1-up, sometimes I haven't.
Yeah,
Oops.
if you've got,
Oh shit.
it's sort of like a lesser version of the White Mushroom House from Mario 3. It's just you can get a 1-up if you got all the coins to that point. Or a lot of them.
Come on, Bowser, make more mechas
Son of
because
a
I'm
bitch.
I'm bad. There we
So
go.
where do we think this stands in the pantheon of Bowser fights?
This is a
weak
pretty good
on-
one.
Oh, I think its spectacle
Double
is
son
fun.
of a bitch.
It's
I mean, it's
spectacle
better than
is
Mario.
fun.
Triple
One.
son of a bitch.
It's the first one that was an actual boss fight.
It's also a weird one for Nintendo being a 6-hit boss fight.
There's just so much waiting around. It drives me crazy. I'm not a
Yeah.
big fan of waiting around for things.
I do like the HUD disappearing and all this other. That's
I-
like,
Yeah, I remember noticing that as a kid. And then you get the mushroom she throws at you, and it's like, wait, no, never mind. Now you have a little mushroom sitting there. That's what that balloon was.
Maybe I'm biased, but best Bowser
Aw.
fight is Mario 64. So long, get Bowser. When the platforms drop at the end and it spells out a star, it is the hypest shit ever as a kid.
So, you want you wanted controversial movie opinion. I have controversial game opinion.
Okay.
Mario 64 is one of my least favorite Mario games.
That's
Same.
totally fair.
Uh,
I mean, the camera ain't great.
I mean, the
I
camera's
just never got into it. Like,
Camera
I
ain't
mean,
great, gameplay ain't great. It's absolutely, if you enjoy that game, it's fantastic. But it's not what you really want to be playing. Just pick up and play. If you're
Mario
not familiar
Galaxy.
with those physics or know all of the secrets,
I
So
love
my
Mario.
issue is, I didn't get an N64 at launch. I got it pretty late. I think I got it when Ocarina came out.
Yeah, same
so
here.
that was like what, 2 years into the cycle. So I never owned
Yeah.
Mario 64, so I do not have the nostalgia for it. So every time I've
Yeah.
tried to go back to it, it felt real clunky to me.
We
and-
had it pretty early.
The,
It's
for
the- I want a remake of it so bad because I think that it would benefit more than a lot of games.
The problem that Mario 64, I think, it's really the only 3D Mario I've absolutely unequivocally enjoyed. Like, it's not a game that I can sit down and just 100% every
Mhm.
year, but it's not like basically every 3D Mario game after it is too long.
Yeah.
I'm going to
I can
say
see
that
that.
my opinion on Mario 64 changed. Actually, it was this year. It was this year when I finally sat down and learned Super Metroid. And I
Uh-huh.
went, oh, the reason people like Super Metroid is it's because it's their Mario 64. It's a janky controlling nightmare that has so much to offer once you actually like get into its groove.
See, I don't know if I can agree with that, but there is definitely jank to it.
There's jank to
Yeah,
Super
I could-
Metroid,
I
and
could
there's
see
jank
that.
to Mario 64. But if you
Oh.
have like digested the jank and internalized it, and you expect the jank, it's fine.
You grew up
It's
with
some of the
jank.
best. Yeah,
You
when you
merely
grow,
adopted the jank.
The jank mode, the jank.
I was born in the jank, molded by it.
One with the jank.
molded by it.
I'm glad
What do
that
you guys-
Dane jokes are still funny.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
voice. The voice is never not gonna be funny.
Wait,
Ha-
wow,
I
the
see.
Tom
I s-
Hardy is the #1 underappreciated actor at the moment.
I agree. Tom Hardy, he's incredible.
Wait,
he's
is
the
he
best. He's my favorite.
Underappreciated?
People
I
don't
think
let
he
him do
is.
stuff. He is
Yeah.
usually treated as the pretty boy or the muscle boy.
Hey.
And you watch him in some dramas and stuff, and he is amazing.
Watch him in Peaky Blinders. He's not the pretty boy in it, with all the psoriasis and everything, or whatever it is that he's got.
Blinders, I'm sorry.
I don't
Oh,
mean
God,
to
it's
interrupt
so
our movie
good.
conversation.
Oh, I love that show so much.
Hey, I have time coming up.
Yeah.
I also am thirsty for Cillian Murphy,
So-
and even that couldn't get me into that show.
Time's coming.
Silence, please.
I just like that Cillian
Kiss.
Murphy's an awesome action hero, an awesome hero in that one, and he's like 5'8". He's like my height, so he's
Is that all
for
of it?
once he's not like
Bob.
6'10".
Dang it. That fuzzy one in my booty.
Did you get dizzy?
Good for you, Mario. I would definitely take a vacation after all that.
Also, I'd like to point out that Bob was the only person who beat Wendy on the first try.
I was going to say.
That's
I
amazing.
also beat him on the first. I also beat
him on the
try.
first try.
Oh,
I also beat her as Small Mario.
I didn't do that.
okay. I thought I saw Raz die on Wendy once.
No,
I
you
guess
just
that-
saw
no,
me
Not
die
on Wendy.
Wendy,
I might have
like-
died on the stage.
Oh, that's okay.
I
Yeah.
don't
So if everybody else has beat it, we can stop at any time because there's not a lot of
What
the
do
way
you-
I
this
didn't
button
stop
I mean, you
sticks.
just
You're
got
so,
to.
You're so close.
You're
But
so.
the way this button is sticking, I don't know that I can even do it. Like you
At
have
least
no
give it
idea
a
how
try.
much. You have no idea how much problems I'm having with this controller right now.
So
Do you want to just go grab another controller?
I don't have one.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, I could do the. I could probably do one of the PS4 ones, but I'd have to reset it up and
That's right. That was the same controller you're using when we were multi-worlding, wasn't it?
yeah.
So
And
it
it's
was
now
starting to-
doing
it was
work.
starting to do that now,
It was
then.
starting to wear out then, and like on Zelda, I don't use the B button at all, so it doesn't matter.
What was my time? Wow, that's a lot better than I thought.
I didn't
139.
remember that.
So, what are you guys' opinion on because I see McLean playing Donkey Kong. What are your opinions on the Donkey Kongs?
I
Track
really,
your-
really, really like Donkey Kong 2, and that's it.
Yeah.
You don't like Donkey Kong Country, like the original?
I think the first one's kind of good, but it's a little janky.
The,
Oh, it
uh,
was super
Oh my
solid,
God,
solid.
heresy!
I don't
The
remember.
first one is the only really good Super Nintendo one.
I
don't remember.
disagree.
False.
To
at all. But
Oh.
number
Oh,
hot garbage. I just did a replay of it using
Oh.
heavily abusing the rewind function on the Switch, and that game looks like trash and is so friggin' slippery to play. And you
Come on,
can't,
three?
you can't tell where the no one. You
I
can't
could not disagree more.
platforms are.
Like literally, I'm incapable of disagreeing more with that.
I think
it's
one.
fine.
I think 2 is the best of the original 3. I think 3 is too much, and I think that's like an
Three,
added.
Yeah.
three is too much.
3, and that's an attitude that they carried over into Donkey Kong 64. But that game is much too much.
2 is the best.
Like,
I have
2 is the
spoken.
best.
We
need to get you
I
a
don't
gavel.
really like
Spoken.
to. I don't really like to.
I've
Get you a
spoken.
gavel.
Oh,
I'm
The
sorry,
thing I didn't
Bob.
like about 3 was that like none of the levels felt.
And
I mean,
say
they just
that
felt like
looks good.
they were trying too hard to catch what was great about Donkey Kong Country 2, and just didn't do it.
I did appreciate and like the stuff on the world map. I think that was neat, and it was
That
a
was
neat
cool.
idea. Neat idea with the like upgrading your boat and stuff, but the game was too much. Like there was, like, you know,
I think
only
another
played-
way I could think of it is that Donkey Kong Country 2 felt like it had an intensity to it. Like, even from the world map did not make you feel welcome. But Donkey Kong Country 3, it just felt so, like, lackadaisical and, like, calm. And, like, I didn't want that.
I have barely played other than 1. I owned 1. I only a couple of times rented 2 and 3. And my impression was always 2 is maybe technically a better game, but for whatever reason, and you can tell that they maybe feel the same way based on what they've done with the later games. I think Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong are just the ideal pairing. I don't like
I agree.
the
the main thing I don't like about it is I don't like not having Donkey Kong.
It's-
Or
I mean,
Diddy.
That's funny
That's-
because I never used Donkey Kong. I would only use Diddy, but I would use both Diddy and Dixie.
Yeah.
But what was it, Kiddy Kong? I never touched Kiddy Kong.
And
because he
see,
was
I don't like the
too much
I
like
don't
Donkey
like
Kong.
I don't like the physics in it and what they do with Dixie, and I don't like how it. I like the dynamic between. That's the reason I don't like the others anywhere near as much as I like the first one. Is because it just had the most. It had the most pleasing physics and gameplay to me because I just don't really like the other ones.
But I will
problem
say
with
the entire like series has that certain slippery platform jank that these pre-rendered then turned into sprites graphics have.
Oh
Like,
yeah, without a doubt.
it reminds me. There was a lot of that in the the Super Nintendo era. I mean, we kind of talked about how Earthworm Jim and Pitfall: The Might Adventure. There's all these over animated, rounded edges kind of games where you're like, I don't know if I'm going to make this jump or not.
I will say that Donkey Kong Country, one thing it has over Diddy Kong's Quest is that Donkey Kong Country is a game you play, you beat a level, you advance to the next level. Like there are secrets, but they're bonus levels. There's not really hidden nonsense that they grade you on.
Right.
Did
The
they do
problem
down
for me is that the levels tend to be a little too long. Again, the platforming feels slippery, and especially the way the graphics are, it's just not nice to look at from a feedback or from an aesthetic standpoint.
And
And
the game is a little
See, I,
washed
can't,
out.
I disagree with that entirely too. Like,
so
I mean, I
many
know
of the
it's, I know we're
levels throw
Ugh.
a last minute like gimmick enemy at you that will one shot kill you, because by that point you've lost your partner.
Yeah, I mean, I know we're talking literal aesthetics here, is what at this point, but and so that's going to be inherently a matter of preference. But
Well, but I also think that just because of their marrying that to that art style, it means that the platforming becomes guesswork, which is just bad design. Like devoid of what the actual art style looks like, just not being able to tell where the hitboxes are for platforms is an issue.
God, I feel like you're speaking Greek to me at this point. Like I get it, and I don't blame you. I can't agree with it. Like none of that rings true for me.
I can't speak to that because the last time I played Donkey Kong Country was in the early.
The one thing I will grant you is cool. I just won't ever play those games, and you're allowed to play them and have fun with it.
Oh yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. I'm not. It's like I said, I'm not faulting. Like yeah, it's I can totally understand. It's just one of those things. I'm like, I keep hearing it, and I'm like, what? Like it's just.
I mean,
It's like
2,
somebody tell. It's yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just like 2 is definitely the better game because it's just through
I mean, yeah.
iteration it's going to be the better game.
Yeah, it's tighter all around. It's got the better physics, and I mean they improved on the formula, even though I don't like it as much. I mean, yeah, I don't.
If I've
question
played
that.
2 and 3, I've forgotten it, so I can't
Yeah.
speak to them. I'm just coming off of having
So
beaten air quotes 1 like maybe a week ago.
Now, the one
Right.
thing I will say about the physics and the slippery platforming and all that is it seems to be programmed to be more forgiving than anything else. Like, there's a lot of you get a lot of time to hit the jump button after you've stepped off the edge of the platform in these games.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you're practically forced to do it with the Diddy Kong roll and then jump in midair a lot of the
yeah.
time.
That's
I
what-
noticed that, but to me that makes it be like, well, I don't know when I'm technically off the platform or not, so I don't know if this is a jump I can make or not.
See, I felt that. That's the way I felt about 2. Is almost verbatim because like we play, like when we were doing. Raz can tell you when we were at AGDQ and we were playing those speedrunner games, they had the thing set up. The one for Donkey Kong 2, I couldn't hardly do it because because of basically everything you just described.
I don't remember what the
kept-
game was for Donkey Kong Country 2.
It was,
What was
just one of the stages, and you had to beat it. But it was the one with all the wind, and you had to constantly roll off the screen to be able to do it.
Yeah, I
remember?
had no problem with that. I remember that now.
I couldn't do it at all. Like I couldn't
Yeah.
begin to do it because I couldn't ever tell when I was off the screen. It just
Oh, that muscle memory is just ingrained in me. Like, you roll and then you jump, and you can jump whenever.
right. And see, I don't have
Yeah.
that with 2 because, like I said, it was never my
That's
favorite
fair.
one. So
Yeah.
yeah.
No, the worst was playing Super Metroid because they used the default controls, and I was like,
Yeah.
Oh God. Yeah, once you
who
got
uses
to-
X to fire?
Oh, I
Brickero did it,
know.
no problem. I took 20 minutes to do the escape sequence.
Oh, I played around with it till I beat it, but I beat it in the challenge mode without turning any of the stuff on.
I think the one that I was embarrassed that I couldn't do was finish level 1 in Zelda, and they put you right outside Aquamentus, but you only had 3 hearts.
Oh, I did
And
that.
That took me like 10 minutes to do.
Yeah,
Oh,
that didn't,
what am-
that,
what-
that didn't take me that long to do.
One of my favorite dumb styling things I ever did was on the NES remix. They give you a thing, and it's one of the challenges is fill up your hearts. And you're like, the obvious answer is go to the ferry or just kill things and get lucky with hearts, right? I beat Aquamantis and got the first Triforce. My time was garbage, but it was the best screenshot.
That'll
in
do
the
it.
world.
Yeah.
Oh, Bob,
Uh-huh.
do you
Yeah, I
want,
have
do
no
you
idea
want
what
some
to do
help
in this
finding
one.
where you're going? Because you're in the wrong level. You're wanting to go to the back door, my friend.
I don't know what you're talking about.
All right, just you've died. Hold on, don't go back in that level.
I've already back in the level. Remember Twitch delay?
Okay, go to the level right
Damn
before the
it.
ghost house.
Well, I'm already in the ghost house, so
I know, but wait. If you can get back to the level before the ghost house, try that.
I don't want to go back in that level though. That level's balls.
Yeah, but that's the level that lets you skip all of World 8 or World 7, as it is in this game. It just lets you skip everything and go straight to Bowser.
I almost made it.
Oh, something I forgot happens in this game because it just seems counter to the way power-ups usually work. If you fall off the world when
There
you've
we
got your partner, you still have your
You
partner.
keep your partner, yeah.
That's interesting. I have not played this game in probably 20 years. I was just like, oh, I have Donkey Kong Country on this thing. I'm gonna play it now.
All right, I'll take it. This level sucks, and I really don't want to do this stupid level
It's
again.
one of
in
the-
any way, shape, form, or fashion.
It's one of the worst ones to have to do if you're doing 96 exits because you have to do it twice, and the secret exit's at the very end.
So yeah, Bob,
I'm a
once
little
you
worried
get to
because
the
the
up and
next
down
level's really
maze,
bad.
once you get to the up and down maze, get through the up and down maze. It'll be like it'll be on the third like subsection of the world. You get what I'm saying?
I think so. I mean,
And then there's going to be the staircase that you're running up, and one of those yellow blocks is, moving up from the ground, and it's going to come and squish you. Right before you jump out Indiana Jones style at the end, just stand on that platform and it'll take you up. You can run across the screen to the left, and there'll be a key exit there.
bitch.
I hate that level because of those there's bats just all in the ceiling.
It did it to me last time too.
Then bats
I
is
told you I
asshole.
didn't want to do this stupid level again. I barely got through it the first time.
It's either do this level or do all of World 7, and you don't want to do all of World 7,
So
trust
I'm
me.
at the maze thing, but I don't know that I know where you're talking about.
No, just go. You got to get through the maze thing too.
It's on
Yeah,
the next
it's-
screen.
It's on the next screen.
Like the after you take the pipe at the end of the maze.
Okay.
But if you
I see what
As
you're
soon
doing
as,
there,
as soon as
Raz.
you taste fresh air from the maze,
He came to visit.
as soon as there's like empty sky above you instead of being stuck underground, that's when you're going to want to turn around and head left.
So, yeah, you know how? So you're gonna go out into the next one, and like it's going to, that yellow rock is gonna raise up to kind of try and crush you. When you get out from under there, it extends like one more square past that, and then if you can stand on it and ride it up like an elevator, and then you go to the left, and that's where the secret is.
Keep doing this.
And
by
then
the
it's just
skin of my
one
teeth. 'Cause I did
bitch
it by
hard
the skin of my
fortress.
teeth last time.
And then it just
I mean, that's
sticks
just-
you up Bowser.
That's just the way that level works. Is the skin of your teeth.
Yeah, if you just keep running, you make it.
I'm having a duck to even have a shot at making it.
You
I
have a
think
little
it
more
lets you
leeway.
through.
Yeah, you have a little more leeway than you think.
I have died there where like it seems like it should have let me through, and I'm not really sure why.
Like right here, yeah, if I didn't duck, I'm dead right there. So you're saying go in the pipe at this point because I don't have
Yep.
any other option.
Yeah, and then
Okay.
when you get to the end of this risey thingy, damn, I forgot how much I hate the minecart levels
Like
in this
right
game.
here?
Yeah, minecart level's worst.
No,
Yep.
that's
I thought
Okay,
minecart
now
levels
stop,
were
stop,
the bread
stop,
and
stop.
butter of the
Right.
Donkey Kong Country
yeah.
series.
I'm stopped right here.
There you
No,
go.
no, jump-
Jump up
jump
to the
up.
left.
Oh, you would have to just randomly
Over
know
the
that
over
was
the
there.
ceiling, yeah.
Yeah, gotcha.
Don't
Watch
run,
out for the
don't,
pit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
don't fall in the pit, right?
Don't chuck your key. I tossed it.
I mean, I could have pretty much. I don't know that that's saving me time because I was
It
only 2
will.
levels away.
It
anyway.
absolutely does. Because
All I
there
can-
was also you also had a Koopa Kid Fortress you had to get through.
All I can
Yeah,
say,
but-
Bob, is Godspeed because this level took me like 35 times.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, I don't know that this is any.
We'll give you until you game
He's-
over on this.
It also skips you through the Bowser level. Because there is a whole you do
Yeah,
a
so
fortress.
you don't have to do the Bowser Fortress thing. Do you
And it's
literally
not
just
like-
go?
It's
third
not
of
a
the
hard
button.
level right up until the end. The end is where the terrible part of this fortress is.
I'm just
And I
saying,
think-
with the sticky jump button may make this literally impossible for Bob.
It's the run button that's the problem, not the sticky jump. You only got to hit one jump on these.
You don't
and if you-
understand how the sticky jump's working though, or not working, as the case may be.
That's also true.
I should have gone and got power ups.
Like this level being the first level of the second world of this
I'm
game
gonna have to go get power
is
ups.
one hell of a roadblock for a lot of kids, or at least it was for us back in the day. God, like
Right.
that jump right there is the worst.
Yeah, I gotta go back here and at least get the.
Yeet.
That's. I
I'm
feel
not
like
playing
this is
video
one
games
Oh, this
thing
is the
because I
wrong
want
that
to be watching people play video games.
I feel like that Donkey Kong level is one level that they really got in Donkey Kong Country 2. Like all the minecart levels feel fun, which is hard.
There's just not nearly enough
Damn it, I
reaction
do that
time on
every
this one, and
time.
I don't know if it's the screen size or the speed or what. But like that, like what am I supposed to? Oh, okay.
I will
That-
give Bob
that-
this, is that Donkey Kong Country played well, looks amazing.
Yeah.
So
that's
what you're
I'm-
saying is it looks like garbage right now because I am definitely not playing it well.
Well, I mean, it looks impressive and it looks like it's a really well held together game. Like if you have memorized everything that's coming ahead and you know all of the right times when you should jump and where the actual edge of platforms are, it's great. And that's kind of what the minecart levels teach you to expect from the game is just memorize us and it looks amazing.
It's also entirely possible because, like I said, I actually don't have any game audio right now. I don't know if those dudes give you an audio cue. They probably do.
I couldn't tell you when I was quote unquote beating it. I had a podcast on in the background.
Oh, okay.
But it was a
Terrible.
jarring experience going straight from a practice run of Mario World to Donkey Kong and going, oh right. Slippery controls.
Got lucky there.
Is there a run button in Yoshi's Island?
Nope.
Okay, I didn't think so.
Same speed all the way through. Throws me off a couple of times.
Oh, I missed him.
Oh, come on.
Oh, I missed.
Oh, made it that time.
If only I'd thought that before I said that.
No, it's fine. That's what I'm here for, doing
jump.
terrible impressions.
Good. Ah!
Jump, Mega Man.
No, it's the button stuck.
Oh my god, yeah, you're just twirling into the future.
Oh, that's not the one that's stuck. It's
That's a pretty good visual.
you see that? Yeah, right there.
Oh yeah, so I guess Dan's having, because Dan's got less lag than all the rest of us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dan is seeing everything like a
Bob-
trip around the world before us.
Honestly, you guys have had very little lag on this. I mean,
See, I don't think I can do this. I don't think I can't.
shall
I don't think I could do that if it wasn't sticking. Like I think that's why I never do that level.
It is a bit of a level.
I don't think I can.
It
make
really
those
is.
jumps.
Oh.
That level is the true final last level of the game.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just like not. I mean, and I'm not being negative. I'm being dead serious. I don't think I have the skill to do that.
If
What-
your
what it
hardware
is
is glitching
required.
out on you, that's totally fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can call it a night.
Yep. Well, I'm not gonna put DNF on that because
Well, Bob came on as a seat filler anyhow.
yep, and also he actually did pretty well for the most of it right up until that part.
Well, considering, especially if you consider that I haven't played Mario World and
Yeah, exactly. I probably
I-
would have put in
God
a
knows
similar
how long.
performance.
To be fair, like Bob is maybe 10 minutes away from the end of the game if his button was working.
Yeah.
Like you just bash your head against that castle for a couple of minutes, throw away a couple of lives, and you eventually learn the timing on those spikes, and then it's Bowser. He put in a very good showing.
I'd like to protest a couple, because that level is really hard.
yeah, I think it'd be more than a couple.
I keep thinking that y'all have the green switch palace. I get a power up right at the start of that level.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
see.
only had the red one.
See, I have never played a version of the game without getting the switch palaces either. So
That's why I safety stratted.
Yeah.
It's safety
Well,
strap
but I
paid
mean, I
off.
knew if I was gonna have any shot at even showing, I'd have to not get the switch palaces. So that's why I didn't. That's the reason I didn't do it.
Well, everybody, I mean, I think we've had a good night.
Do we
Yeah,
want to
I
wave
mean,
goodbye to the YouTubes?
Yeah, we'll have to say good night. Oh, I got it.
Oh, it's stuck.
Nope, you're still going. We can't stop this yet. We got to see.
I gotta see how far this goes.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Now
There we
it's
go.
see, it's completely stuck. So I got to sit there
Yep.
on between level and play with it to get it to pop back loose.
We'll call it on that one then.
Oh, there it goes.
Alrighty.
Very well, gentlemen. Good
Oh, it
games
was
all
fun,
around.
guys.
Yeah, this is fun. Yeah,
Yeah, it was a great time.
yeah.
Catch
Good night,
y'all
folks.
another Wednesday, and
Hey,
now for
Hey, make sure to
Thursday as
join
well.
us tomorrow night for hashtag Thursday Night Zelda as well. We're gonna play Raz's Trolley Seed.
Yep.
That
Troll
sounds
Siege
fun.
tomorrow night. I'm looking
This
forward
should
to
be
it.
an interesting one.
Oh, goodness.
It'll also see how good Raz does as a commentator.
Oh yeah.
I have something special written down for each of you.
Oh boy.
God.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
God.
I'm doubly looking forward to this.
Well,
All right.
that's all I've prepared. So the first 5 minutes will be great, and then I will completely let you all down.
Well, we'll see what it takes after that. So everybody, thank you for watching. Make sure to show up on Wednesday nights where we're gonna run new games. Like I said, I'm not sure what we're doing next week. If we are gonna do that combo FF1 rando, we may do that. Otherwise, it might be something else. Otherwise, tune in tomorrow for Zelda. And thank you. And good night, everybody.
Good night,
Cheers,
folks.
y'all.
Good night.
Good night.